Let's begin.
You're an angel, baby!
Are you ready to begin?
And become a god!
Feel the storm? It's coming.
Let's begin.
Don't underestimate me.
Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hello and welcome everybody to the official online Fatal Fury City of the Wolves Europe, Middle East Asia and North African League 2v2 qualifier. My name is Yaqub and joining me today is the one and only Ahmed Al-Kadhim. Fro, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing absolutely fantastic. Alhamdulillah, Yaqub. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling revved up. I know that the action we're going to have soon, having snuck a peek at who made into the top 8, is going to be really hot. I know this match is going to be great, but we'll have more time for that when we actually get to it. For now, we'll just keep you kind of stewing on that and getting excited about it as we approach it.
Yep, as always, it's always a pleasure to have you with me. And let's take a look at the overview of the league, where in City of the Wolves, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, a regional league 2v2, we will see teams of 2 compete for championship glory in 4 global divisions. Those being North America, South America, EU and Middle East, North Africa, and Asia. Countries around the world will be assigned to 10 qualifier regions with 8 teams across those regions, then entering a group stage in pursuit of their division's championship. Global Grand Championships will be decided at the World Finals during the SNK World Championship 2026, where a prize pool of $4.2 million is up for grabs. Just imagine that amount of money, Ahmed.
I'm trying to, and I can't. It's far beyond what I can fathom. It makes me wish I'd stayed a competitor for longer.
Yeah, man. So basically, the teams will begin their journey in the online qualifier stage, where they will compete online to claim one of the available spots in the major region stages. Of course, the teams will then proceed to the group stage, where qualifying teams will meet face-to-face, but only 4 teams will advance to the final bracket, where the top teams battle it out and find out who is worthy of the regional champion title in the playoffs. It's going to be a long ride for those players, of course, having to qualify from the online qualifiers from their respective regions and then moving on to the group stage. And then next to the playoffs where, all the action is going to be super real in like face-to-face, super tense. And of course, the prize money is going to be lots of money up for grabs as well, Ahmed. So if we can look here at the online qualifiers, you can see how they're divided by regions. 8 teams will qualify from each region to the group stage, and then from there, 4 teams will qualify to the world finals. And this is basically the overview of the regional league for the 2v2. And if we look at the online qualifier schedule, because of course each region will have set dates for their qualifier tournaments, you can see here that some of them has already taken place, like the ones from the South American League, like for example Brazil, and of course South America North will be taking place today as well, along with our region. South America South tomorrow. Europe already has taken place on the 22nd of August, and also I think there was a tournament that was done for South Asia on the 23rd. Yes, 23rd. I think that was in the Pakistani time zone, as well as tomorrow for the China mainland and East Asia on the 5th of September. So some of them still haven't taken place, and while others have already completed, you can see the results for each respective tournaments on their respective brackets. But exciting times ahead, and a lot of matches left to be witnessed, inshallah, within the next couple of days.
It's going to be absolutely some of the best top-notch action you can experience in Fatal Fury. But what is at stake, Abu Yusuf? What are these players fighting for? In addition to the prestige of victory and the pride, you have online qualifiers like the one that we are going to witness a top 8 of right here today, with the first place team splitting $2,000, going down, cascading by 200, all the way down to 7th and 8th place, who will each split $1,000, hopefully evenly. But this is the prize for just today, in addition to the top 3 teams today guaranteeing their spots in the group stages of the following stage of the tournament, as we saw earlier. So not a bad start. But if you manage to get to the group stages and you manage to get to what is going on next, it gets better. You will have a $22,000 prize pool for the group stage playoffs that are going to be the following phase of the tournament. The champion team, in addition to their qualification, get $10,000 per team. Then you get second place, $6,000, third place, $4,000, and fourth place, $2,000. And as we mentioned earlier, these are the teams that, the champion teams for each one eventually make it to the finals stage of these tournaments, which is going to be the final of the Fatal Fury Regional League, taking place with the SWC $220,000 prize pool split among the top 4 teams. It is absolutely unfathomable. And this is not even the main event of the SWC, because we will talk about that much later on in the show. But champion team, $100,000. Second place, $60,000. Third place, $40,000. Fourth place, $20,000. So even being just qualifying to the final dance nets your team $20,000 at minimum, let alone getting up into the higher places for the World Finals. So there's a lot to fight for. There is so much going around with Fatal Fury City of the Wolves right now. It is a wonderful time to be competing in this game. Now let's go ahead and zero back in on what is happening with us here today as we look at the bracket for the top 8 that has been locked in. So the matches will go in the order that you see here, starting with Twin Bulls versus Sonic Rev Adventure, then the Bald Squad, the Twin Bald Eagles going up against Kanitra Ryu Shin Dojo. Then on the other side of the losers bracket, we have XS Boss Team versus AV, and then Cryogenics versus Team Ash X. A lot of veteran players and a lot of newcomers that we are mostly familiar with from across the Middle East and North Africa region, mostly centralized in these brackets on GCC and Morocco. That's kind of the split that we've had for the most part. Twin Wolves versus Sonic Rev Adventure will be the first thing we have going on, and we will get into predictions. But first look here, Yusuf, how do you feel?
Well, as you said, the spectrum of players span, representing both the North African region and the Middle East region, of course, being the best players representing these teams. But yeah, it seems to be quite an awesome cast or lineup of players. But speaking of which, let's talk about the format in which this tournament will take place. Of course, this is the Waseda format, and in the Waseda style format, a team of two will play against each other. All team members will have a chance to play against their opponent by taking turns, as you can see here in the infographic. Each team assigns a player 1 and a player 2. Player 1 competes in set 1, and player 2 competes in set 2. Of course, a team that wins both sets, naturally will win the match and proceed on to the next round. But what happens if the score is tied? If there's a tie, the winning player from each set will face each other in a tiebreaker set, with the winner deciding the team match. So it's going to be an interesting style or format for this tournament, in which the position of each player could determine strategically the outcome of the match or the set in general. Considering, of course, the characters they'll be picking and what kind of strategy that they're going to formulate in order to best their opponents. So, best of luck to all the teams, and I'm hoping to see some really nice strategic elements placed on player positioning, because given the players that we know. The way they think strategically and which characters are good to play in such a short period of time where you need to adjust because it's an FT1. So it's incredibly crazy. What do you think, Pro?
Well, there's a lot to think about, because when we think about the players that have qualified, as you mentioned, Diego, the idea is some of them have pocket characters. We know players like, for example, Big Boss on the XS Boss team on the loser side. Ooh. He plays about 6 characters, all at very similar levels. Umar on Bald Squad has at least 3. We know that several of the Moroccan players are typically multi-character specialists going back to their days of playing KOF. And that's kind of, I guess, one of the contrasts in that the Moroccan side of this bracket is mostly KOF veterans. The GCC side of the bracket has some, but it also has players that come from other video game backgrounds, other fighting game backgrounds. So it's a very nice mix in terms of what they consider to be effective in a match. And I think that's going to really come up with a lot of really interesting matchups as we start seeing, and especially since both players need to play. Here are our lineups: the Twin Wolves versus Sonic Rev Adventure. I'm already seeing a character who's been kind of on the downswing of his popularity, but Hokutomaru is present on both teams, whereas Twin Wolves, I see Geese Howard, Nightmare Geese for NAS55, and Okami, of course, with Rock Howard. So the same schools of martial arts are represented on both sides here, Yagub.
Yeah, so we have the power of the Howard estate against the ninjas of the Shiranui-ryu Jiu-Jitsu. So it's going to be an interesting set, given that both teams represent have representations for the same character, and I'm hoping we don't see mirror matches eventually. Due to the Waseda style format, it's going to be interesting to see the outcome. But as you see here, we have a Howard versus a ninja for both sets being prepped up. Of course, Okami representing the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Black Ace representing the Kingdom of Bahrain, being players that we play with them all the time. So
right.
We have expectations of the kind of skills these players have. But the Moroccan players, on the other hand, I think, with the exception of some names, I think players like, for example, NAS55 is one of the players that I haven't seen before play. So I'm excited to see what his style is going to be like. But yeah, what do you think, Fro?
I mean, when I look at it, Wolfman is obviously a veteran, right? Like, he's a player who's had his time all the way around, like in so many games, particularly in KOF. Now, of course, we want to give you guys a chance to give your voice to this. Give us who you think is going to win. We've given our predictions already, and you'll see them in a bit. We don't want to spoil them just yet. But who do you think is going to advance between the Twin Wolves or Sonic Rev Adventure? Because you see, this is a match between expertise and experience on the Twin Wolves side versus Sonic Rev Adventure. And I want to shout this out for Okami, actually. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is his first fighting game competitively. He has played some other games, he has played some other fighting games, but this is the first time he has competed in a fighting game. And he has pushed himself into top 3 consideration in Saudi Arabia at least, vying with Punisher for that second spot. Typically, people will put them in the running behind Abu Umar, alongside Sai, of course. It's kind of this hodgepodge of the 3 of them kind of fighting for that spot all the time. Black Ace, a veteran of multiple fighting games, but typically not SNK ones. So I'm seeing a 50-50 split. People are aware of the players on both sides. So there's a lot happening here with how this could go. And the idea of who goes against who in the first matchup. But I think for the Hoku players especially, they'll be wondering if people are ready for the changes, because we have to remember Hoku received one of the biggest changes, I think, going into the season. He cannot attack going down from his shuriken feint anymore. He used to be able to come down with a button. Now he has to commit either to a shuriken or to nothing. And that is going to be a big deal for the Hoku players and how they manage his mobility, which still has, you know, his double jumps, his shurikens at multiple angles, but that is one part of the arsenal that he has lost. And Nightmare Geese also a very interesting pick, a character that, let's say, your brother-in-arms Sai has attempted for quite a while and hasn't achieved the success that he would have wanted with that character. So interesting to see the trust in him being placed at this level.
Yeah, of course. You know, Geese being a character that still needs to be proven. Let's take a look really quickly at our predictions before we continue analyzing. But yeah, I went for Sonic Rev Adventure, knowing their skill from playing a lot against them, but also because I feel that they have been ready for tournaments like this, and of course the FT1 nature makes some of their gameplay aspects a little wild and, you know, unpredictable. So it's a good tool for them, I feel.
Oh, absolutely, especially Okami, because he goes and grinds online a lot, so he's used to this environment. He's somebody who I feel is one of the scariest players to face in an FT1 environment because his decision making is very unpredictable. But the Moroccan players are also typically used to this environment, so you have to wonder that, and you know, the Sonic Rev Adventure team have made it pretty far already, defeating some opposition of the kind, but whether they'll be able to keep it sustained. And we have to remember, this is a qualification match. Whoever wins this makes it into the top 3. We've started with the Hoku mirror between Black Ace and Wolfman, and Wolfman is opting for Axel Ratio SPG here, Yago.
Yeah, and Black Ace here taking the lead and almost getting Wolfman out of SPG. Interesting placement for SPG here. It seems like Wolfman is opting for the first position, while Black Ace comfortable with the middle SPG. And, you know, pressure continues in the corner. Nice jump and challenge here from Wolfman, trying to fix his position. Gets Black Ace in SPG, and nice sequence there. Ooh, look at how the tables have turned.
Oh, and he grabs the Rev Blow too. Black Ace was counting on that being his way out. Now they're both out of SPG, but Black Ace has the Light Super Confirm available, which will make his offense more flexible here. One more throw, that's it. Two crouch lights. Put Wolfman's life in this set in danger already. One round away potentially from being put aside here, and leave it all up to NASA's Nightmare Geese.
Ooh, nice Tiger Knee for that Shuriken. Challenge here with the SPG. I think one of the important tools that he has, which is why Wolfman has opted to put SPG in the beginning. Nice bait for the grab here by Wolfman. That was a quick round.
You saw that? See, that is what Wolfman is counting on. He's like, this is FT1. I want my Rev Blow in my pocket right out of the gates. And he's honestly handling the Rev Blow side of the game much better than Black Ace was so far. Black Ace has not really managed to utilize his SPG much. Chases with his Naked, almost got quick punish there. One Rev Blow stopped. We just do it again for the hard knockdown. Wolfman spent a lot of Rev though.
Nice challenge here with the Wake Up level 1. Again with the continuous pressure here from Black Ace, trying to improve his chances with the pressure.
Oh,
Wolfman
jumped over that
opted for slowing
shuriken.
down the match. Nice jump there from Wolfman. Continues the pressure. Nice throw tech counter hit the Xanyakin. Nice recovery here from Black Ace, continuing the pressure.
He has his SPG ready, so the Rev Blow is ready. If Wolfman tries to escape, he could just try to use it. Oh, the hop, but he wasn't quite quick enough to get him on the whip there. Oh, this is dangerous.
What is happening? That
Just
was
like
crazy. That was crazy. Amazing match here, and amazing play from both players, to be honest, because the way the momentum shifted so fast after the second round there, when Wolfman took the round really fast. I feel like he adjusted. Black Ace adjusted to that rather quickly in the third round. But yeah, let's look at highlights here from the set.
Yeah,
And,
see, the big
you
thing
can
here,
see,
you
like-
saw Wolfman,
Yeah.
SPG up front, right? He wants the Rev Blows, but the thing is, in the 2 rounds he lost, his SPG was burned really, really quickly. And here, Black Ace, when he managed to finally keep his SPG and keep his pressure, the big thing with Black Ace, I think, was that his offensive variety was really good. He had a game plan of kind of like, these are my offensive decisions, right? I have throw, I have lights, I'm going to keep altering them, keep it really simple, don't overthink it. He's a tournament veteran across multiple games. I mean, just like Wolfman, but he showed his side of it in playing the games he comes from are really high-speed games. So he showed that in kind of playing at that really high pace and surprising Wolfman right out of the gates. And now it means that it's going to be the Howard face-off to decide whether we go into a third game. Rock versus Geese. And let's just say one of these characters has had a lot more success in the game competitively so far than the other. I wonder if Nas can handle this.
So, considering the matchup knowledge that Okami might have, given that he plays against Sai a lot, Sai's Geese is pretty good, and I believe Okami has the matchup knowledge against a high-level Geese player. But let's see here if Nas has any tricks up his sleeve that could throw off Okami with his matchup knowledge. But let's see here. No block from Nas. Takes him to the corner. What's the Oki gonna be like? Throw?
So many throws early on to kind of discourage Nas from attempting any counters, which is one of the few defensive option Geese has, despite not being really a strong one. But Okami, again, the very high pace of the gameplay on Team Sonic Rev Adventure, kind of living up to the name. They know qualifications at stake, but Okami's trapped in the corner. A nice hop out, though, takes that Rev Blow. This is a chance for Nas to kind of start to get some pressure going. Oh, that's a lot of Rev being spent, though. He's almost an overheat.
An excellent blocking so far from Okami. Oh, nice! Uses the low dodge attack, goes for the fake throw, and gets the corner and Raging Storm to end the first round. Nice
Oh my God.
move there from Okami. One of his signature pressure, yeah.
They call that an online gimmick, but we are playing online, baby, and Okami is showing that. But Okami now putting his team on qualification point. If he wins this round, his team makes it into the group stages for the following round of the Regional League. It is all on this round here. If he is able to put it together. Oh, where are you
for the
going?
safe gimmick. The wake up game gonna be nice block. Back to the middle screen. I think he's gonna start fishing with the stand D in a bit. I know Okami has the tendency to do that, but nice confirm here from the stand B.
Ooh, zero frame, deadly frame.
Nice play here from Nas. Great confirm, but still didn't get a knockdown from that. Okami now switches sides.
That was important. Very, very good from him to do that. Now he's got some rev pressure, but he can't do any more rev moves without overheating. Final SPG no longer has any cost reduction on rev moves. Okami now, although the faster recovery gets him out of it, kind of trying to stay patient. Okami looking a little bit tense, a little bit more reserved now in his approach. Goes underneath. Oh, that was a chance. May catches him on the other side, but he's overheated himself. Good adjustment, though, into the Shining Knuckle. Tough situation here, Yago.
Ooh, nice! Confirm after the counter hit anti-air and goes for the kill. Man, this match has been so tense so far.
Get ready.
Absolutely, and the thing with Okami, that hop towards the end, the thing is he overheated himself, which severely limited what offense he could do, and he will be kicking himself for getting into that situation just because of insisting on the mix-up. He eats the counter hit here. Okami's looking a tiny bit slow, but great recovery there on the high jump in, quickly getting the combo into the corner, but again, he gets mashed on Wake Up, not keeping that offense tight enough.
Oh, now let's see. Nas has a huge health lead right now. Puts Okami in SPG. First air Shipuken that we've seen so far in the set.
Oh, that's a big jump!
Jumps neutral from Nas 55 and takes the set. Wow, that jump was so gutsy.
Oh my goodness, and that is on. And the thing is, it was the difference because he went for close D, which is just a little bit slower than close C. I'm almost willing to bet that if Okami had pressed close C there, he would have hit him on the way up and put him into an air reset situation. You saw here, Okami had a pretty strong start. Sure, he got cornered a bit. Then he went with the mix-up into the Shinkunage, which was really good. He had to spend that meter, though, because a Rising Tackle alone, I think, would not have killed. I think this was the turning point. That zero-frame Deadly Rave put Okami in a situation where he's like, wait a minute, I need to actually calculate my offense more. And finally, that hop. That was such a gutsy decision, but he might have been also looking for another fake into the Shinkunage. He didn't want to get scooped again, and he noticed that Okami was doing a lot of throws too, so really smart adjustment by Nas in a first to one, let's remember.
And then, you know, Okami usually goes for the meaty. I was wondering why he was so reluctant at that last sequence, but I guess Nas was surprisingly aware. Like the counter hit stand A was so nice to see.
Yes.
You know, getting him out of a tough situation from the corner and then converting it into practically the winning sequence. So bravo to both players. To be honest, it was a very close set, but we have a 1-1 situation, so there has to be a tiebreaker, and the winner of both set 1 and set 2 have to face each other now in the Waseda format. The upcoming match is going to be between Black Ace and Nas, so we're going to see Hokutomaru versus Geese. What do you think will happen here, Fro?
I think that Black Ace, like he did in the first game, he'll want to go with that high tempo. Let's put it, I can't put it mildly. Geese's defense is not good, and Black Ace will want to abuse that as much as he can. Right there, immediately. This is what he wants. This is where he wants to be. Not give Geese a chance. That is a whiff 2C, but not too much of a punish there by Black Ace, but he'll take what he can get as long as he can push him into the corner. He wants to keep it here as much as he can. Great pressure by Black Ace. Oh, he jabs him out of there. Nas is aware he'll know this matchup because his partner plays the same character.
Yep. A lot of great Moroccan players have been playing Hokutomaru since the game's inception, and I think Black Ace needs to keep that in mind playing against them. And we see here a challenge with the Rev Blow, trying to make use of the remainder of his SPG gauge, putting Nas in the corner again with the neutral hop confirmed, and is the winning sequence of the first round of the third set. Wow!
Oh my goodness. That is incredible bravery because he has been stopping the Karaksaware, the little overhead looking chop that Hokutomaru does. He's been getting away from it because he knows it's not a tight string. So he's been really smart about handling it since the first round. And now Black Ace, really good defense by Nas. Oh, Black Ace kept pressing and he took a Raging Storm for his troubles. And the link by Nas, he is potentially about to qualify his team into the group stage here.
Yeah, let's see here. Black Ace in SPG, exactly where Hokutomaru likes to play. Again, no super gimmicky stuff from Black Ace so far.
Whoa, that was a big jump, and if he was closer, that could have been the end of it. And Black Ace is out of SPG, no more rev blows available. Great high dodge, though. He gets the wild punish, and he's going to be able to convert. He has to spend it just to cool off his rev meter a little bit. Now, Black Ace, well, the second one landed, but he didn't confirm.
Look, he's just jumping in neutral in the corner, so I think Black Ace might have something here to work with, but gets the confirm here after the high dodge attack. Conversion, not enough to kill, but this last sequence...
So he's keeping the offense
nice
staggered.
escape.
Oh, the red
This is
projectiles
so
meet each other.
tense! Puts him in overheat.
He can continue.
Not
he can
enough to
finish
kill,
it, and that's
though.
it.
It was enough to kill. Congratulations to Nas 55 and Team Wolves for qualifying to the winners finals. What a set, man. What a set. That was so close.
The Nightmare Geese. The character that admittedly we doubted the most is the only survivor of this entire set of matches. Nas 55
The dead character,
clutches it. Right? He just
Yeah.
comes in, and you gotta say, the way he was handling the matchup, it made Black Ace second guess a lot of his offense to try to stagger it as much as he can, because he noticed that Nas was stopping a lot of the offensive sequences he had in mind. This was looking really good for a minute here for Black Ace, but then Nas 55 clutching it by just understanding that if he gets the right opener, went into the overhead off the Fudoken sequence and knew that he had just enough rev space there to be able to continue it and finish it off. What a play by Nas. Shoutouts to him. He and Wolfman, they still have to play the rest of this tournament, but they have achieved their goal of qualification to the group stage towards the end of October, inshallah.
Nice. That's quite an achievement, to be honest. And now they can look forward to a bigger money bag. So that's
Yes.
quite, something to keep in mind moving forward with this tournament. So yeah, great matches from both teams. It's unfortunate that I feel Okami and Black Ace, maybe given the nature of the tournament being such high stakes and little time to study your opponent, they couldn't adjust maybe to the particular aspects of the matchup, but they still have a chance of the loser bracket, as we see here in the top 8 bracket rundown. They're going to be facing the winner from Team Cryogenics and Team Ash, which we will see soon. But our next match is going to be Bolt Squad versus Kenita Ryu Shindojo. I need to memorize this one.
Qanitra Ryu, referencing
Qanitra Ryu,
Qanitra from Morocco, yes. So shoutouts to them, the team led by Red Raven. Definitely one of the stronger players across City of the Wolves, and another player who played a character that is underrepresented. I don't know if he still plays her, none other than Bon Jene herself. I don't know if he's still going with that character, but the Bald Squad, of course, two of the most prominent players in the region, the Twin Falcons, Bu'umar and Sai. And it looks like we're about to get our look at the team setup. Abu Umar and Sai, Kim Dong-hwan, and Wolfgang Krause up against the Qanitra Yushin Dojo, Ram 1 Billy, and it seems like Red Raven is still got his girl Bon Jene on deck. Ram 1 running Billy Khan. Abu Umar and Sai, I mean, we know a thing or two about these guys, don't we, Yusuf?
Yeah, as you said, the Twin Falcons both have been grinding really hard this year, internationally and locally, and both have actually been, doing really nice in terms of results and leveling up their personal skills in this game. On the other hand, we have Ram 1 and Red Raven. If you remember last year, Ahmed, the Middle Eastern qualifiers that we had the pleasure of casting. We've seen Red Raven play so well in that tournament, and it seems like BJN is still, his go-to character. On the other hand, Ram1, I honestly haven't seen him play before, and I believe, given that he's teamed up with Red Raven, he is obviously not going to be an easy opponent to get past. So, yeah, what do you think?
I'm liking the synergy of the characters here. The thing is going to be who decides to go first. Now, we saw Krauser for Sai, but he also has Ken Masters sitting there in the pocket. And Umar also has a couple of surprises up his sleeves just in case. Kim Dong-hwan is the character that he put on the global map. Let's not mince our words there. He is the one who made people notice that that character exists. This is the reality. Now, whether he decides to go with that or one of his pocket characters, because I know he's been training up Kevin Ryan, I know he's been training up Kenshiro, both extremely dangerous characters in an FD1 format. You would know a thing or two about Kevin, that being the character you've played the most in this game so far. But yeah, you have to wonder which of them is going to decide to run here. It depends if he goes first. Sai also has a couple surprises. There's a lot to think about, really, in a very short amount of time.
So given the characters that their opponents are going to be picking, being Billy and Bijene, I feel like they're going to stick with their main characters. If Umar goes first with Donghwan, and I think he will be comfortable playing against both Billy and Bijene. There's no real reason to pick Kevin over Donghwan in this case.
Right.
As for Sai, Krauser has been his main character. He's his go-to, and the character in which he has the most confidence playing against most of the cast. But before we continue, make sure to cast your votes on who's going to be winning this set, either Bolt Squad or Kanitra Ryu Shin Dojo. So make sure to leave your votes, and we'll tally them up and show them to you in a bit. But yeah, if we go back to my point earlier, I feel like they'll stick with their characters. There's no reason, I feel, for Sai to change Krauser, regardless of who he'll fight from both characters, and they have experience against them. So we predicted Bolt Squad in this set. So again, not to downplay Red Raven and his teammate. These players are absolutely insane players from Morocco, and we've seen what Red Raven in particular has done last year. So I think that he's at least as ready as he was this year.
Right, as it should be. Oh my!
Whoa!
Oh, the crowd!
Whoa! 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 Wait a second! 100% voting for Kanitra Ryu Shin Dojo. Interesting.
That has definitely caught me off guard, especially with Umar's presence, because it wasn't that long ago that the man defeated several of the world's best players to qualify to the Esports World Cup. So, all right, so Sai has gone with Ken against Red Raven's Bijane. That is the first matchup we're going to get. Game 1 underway. Ken, a character who's received incremental changes over the seasons that we've had, but still pretty underrepresented overall, and his SPG is immediately gone. Sai had banked on that, and that gamble has not paid off, but the throw immediately getting nailed, but Red Raven getting out, trying to start some pressure here.
Nice block here to the mix-up, and gets him in the corner. Nice! Meaty overhead here, and follow-up. Keeps him in the corner with a backdash. Nice pressure here from Sai. Goes for the Shoryuken. Shoryurappa maximizes that damage output. Nice! I thought he was gonna block after that second dash, but no! Red Raven challenges.
That he got away from that red blow. Bonjane's red blow still among the best in the game. Incredibly fast. Immediate DP. Oh, that's a counter hit is huge. And Sai does not have SPG to try to survive this immediately into the red blow. And Red Raven clutches it by just the extra bit of health that final ratio SPG gives him. You would think Janae would want her SPG up front, but Red Raven's decision paying off just in terms of the war of attrition they played in that first round.
Her red blow is still the fastest to activate in the game, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, so it's obviously one of the most important tools for her, kept at the tail end of the round, as we've seen here from Red Raven. But so far, Sai has taken this round so fast, so quick, so clean. Takes the second round, and nice recovery from the outcome of the first, which I feel could have potentially, made him feel a bit, pissed. We can see the result from that second round.
That hop over
the
the crouch medium kick though, the hop over the 2D from Red Raven, and he will spend that super to remove the SPG. He saw how deadly Sai was with that in the second round. The high dodge gamble early from Sai. Red Raven can't quite finish yet. Now, hold on, I might be eating my words here. Never mind, they're not quite gonna be able to finish, but it's just a one strike throw is enough here. Catches him trying to walk back. Sai will immediately take that corner. Shorty Urepa for the hard knockdown. What's the mix here?
Down the corner now. Continues the pressure. Nice block to the overhead. Mix up. And the neutral. The hop C. Changing or reversing the tide. The battle again with the challenge of the wake up Rev Blow from Red Raven. Securing the first set. Oh my god. That decision. Just go for it.
Yeah, and the thing is, Sai got counter hit. So he may have read it and attempted a high dodge, but the high dodge might have come too late for its dodging frames to actually activate, and that ended up potentially costing Sai just a couple of frames off, probably because he got counter hit there. That was not a punish.
Was it a high dodge or a throw?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure.
A throw, if I'm not mistaken, and that's why he got hit. He got hit with the counter hit. But man, oh man, the momentum just changed within. Yeah, it was a throw, wasn't it?
Yeah. I caught a throw startup animation there. I think you're right. But I think he might have done it because Janet's Rev Blow is a bit faster, right? I think most Rev Blows would have been scooped there. And that ends up, unfortunately, for Sai, he's now out of this set. It's all now on Abu Umar to come in and try to get the cleanup. And he's going to have to win both of these matches to give his team the potential qualification. So let's remember again, this gets into winners finals, which means automatic qualification is secured for the group stage. These are the stakes that these players are playing with, and Sai was not far off, but Red Raven just that tiny bit faster in his decision making, just a tiny bit more ready. The way he handled the last round, basically every round that he won was one where he was able to shave off Sai's SPG quickly. When Sai was able to get the first hit with his SPG on deck, he ran that momentum all the way home. So that was really the difference in who gets the first hit. Now, here we go. Abu Umar, Kim Dong-hwan against Ram1 Billy for the chance to take it into a third game, or for Ram1 to get his team qualification.
All right, as we see here, Abu Umar starting to build up momentum, but both players deciding to slow down the match. Abu Umar, again, begins his onslaught, putting Billy almost at burnout.
He was going for it. The Rev Blow was supposed to do the job of filling up the Rev meter, because you can't just defend it, but Ram1 escaped, but still Abu Umar using his superior mobility. And is he going to go? He goes for the hard knockdown off the Rev Blow. Which way will Abu Umar hit? He got the hit, but never mind, he just gets it again. It's okay, Abu Umar just resets.
Keep getting it until he gets the hit and manages now to secure potentially the last mix-up. Ooh, stare down just at the last second of the round. Abu Umar Habibi trying to continue on with his pressure up till the last second of the round. Let's see if this keeps going, or if Ram1 has formulated some kind of plan against this kind of pressure, or how to deal with it.
But you're seeing now, Abu Umar, I mean, I've talked with him and Sai about this matchup specifically. They both feel that Kim Dong-hwan actually beats Billy because of the mobility he has, because of how impressive his offense can be. All of these things are really difficult for Billy to deal with, and Abu Umar is showing us a masterclass in that right now until he got snagged by that Rev Blow. He's in the corner now. He's going to have to defend his way out of here. Oh, RM1 is an overheat, though.
Yeah, puts himself in a disadvantage here, even though he has the health lead. No grab for you, but Umar gets the cross up after the feint in the air and secures the set.
That was
so far,
exceptional.
Umar playing so confidently, and it shows, you know, through the gameplay. You know, as we see here, the results. Abu Umar going for the tie breaker now against Red Raven.
Right on. And really, the thing that separated this is just Muhammad's offense is so suffocating. Every time you think that he doesn't have an extra layer to it, because the thing is, not everything he does is a straight-up safe jump. And the reason for that is that he doesn't want there to be a set answer against what he does. Sometimes he will do a setup that is not a secure safe jump. Sometimes he'll do a setup that may cross up or not. That last one, if he presses B, the whole situation of where he is might change based on his collision boxes. So he knows every single layer that there is to this character's offense, and he shows it time and time and time again. But now, the matchup against Red Raven is going to be completely different. Janae is a character who has good mobility of her own. She also has her own kind of suffocating offense. Now, it will be on whether Abu Umar can get that first hit, and he's running SPG up front, so he wants that momentum. That seems to be the plan that he and Sai have agreed on. Run the SPG up front, try to get that first hit, and just bank it immediately.
Yep, and we're about to transition back into the match, but yeah, I think both players have the same concept as you said. No, actually, Red Raven now opting for final SPG here, keeping his Rev Blow option as a defensive tool. Nice
disrespect.
counter hit here, and getting the side switch. But you know, back to mid screen now. Abu Umar starting with his pressure, getting Red Raven to the corner slowly but surely.
Chase is there. That was a dash option select depending on which way the roll was going to be. Muhammad is almost out of SPG. He will not want to lose that so early. Keeps his spacing. This is where he wants the match to be played. He understands that his mobility will get him in eventually. What an anti-air. Look at where he stood there. And he will... Oh, I thought he would spend the super to try to chunk away a bit of that Red Raven SPG there. All right, he's the super now. Muhammad is... Oh, no fake offense for you.
With the DP break. Goes for the cross up, this time blocking the Rev Blow.
Red Raven stepped back, which took him out of the range, and Omar chanced it on his own DP. Red Raven will be able to finish this round by going into the Rev Blow. Doesn't even need it by finishing off the Harrier B combination. Red Raven has now put his team on qualification point.
I wonder if maybe that was some misinput on Abu Umar's behalf, but it seems like Red Raven was ready to punish that. And this time he goes for the invincible DP. Pressure starting. Abu Umar getting him to the corner.
There it is,
Gets
the hard knockdown.
Red Blow.
Which way? Goes for the low that
Nice
time.
block.
Red Raven blocking, and Omar is watching for supers. Gen A players are pretty wild on defense typically, so Omar is being watchful. Okay, too far for any punish attempt on that. Oh, the counter hit! He got frame trapped there, and Red Raven is going to be able to use this, spend the meter. This is the biggest thing he wants to get rid of that SPG.
That's right, and punishes the backdash. Still okay. It still has the momentum in his favor. Nice punish here with the stand C. Don't go jumping to the other side. I got you, Habibi, and with the level 1. Last
And he catches him trying to escape.
Red Raven taking the final set. Wow.
My goodness. That was, see, he read that Omar had a lot of wake-up backdashes, and twice in just that round, he was able to use that to his advantage. To be able to make that kind of adjustment in a 1-to-1 is incredible. Red Raven, again, showing why he is such a dangerous player. And the thing is, it had started looking like business as usual, but Omar kind of starting off with the offense. But all of a sudden, one successful sequence by Red Raven, and the whole script was flipped. And it came down to just this final read after the super. He knows that Omar is panicking, chases him down, uses the crack shoot like move, the feint from that to chase Omar. And Qaditra Yushin Dojo are the second team to qualify to the following group stages. The Moroccan teams really pulling through here, showing their edge and experience, and really well done to Red Raven. He was just up against one of the best players in the world, literally, just now. And he managed to just hold his nerve for that win that he needed.
Yeah, well played by both teams, to be honest. The Moroccan players have been, showing us exactly the kind of talent that they have. But Bolt Squad are still in. They're down to the loser side, and they're going to be playing against the winner between Exos Boss team and AV team, which is most likely going to be the next match that we're going to have lined up for you guys to watch and witness with us soon. On the other hand, we have Cryogenics and Team Ash also up for a next game in the loser side. Of course, the winners are going to be playing against the Sonic Red team, awaiting their upcoming match. So as we have AV team versus Exos Boss team lined up next. So we have one more Saudi team against another Moroccan team, right?
Exos Boss team both reside in Saudi Arabia. Exos is our brother from Pakistan, residing here in Eastern Saudi. But yeah, this is all going to be a very tough situation for the teams that dropped into losers, because they have to win one more set than they originally needed to get the qualification spot. But that is something they'll have to worry about when we come back. We'll give everybody a chance to kind of breathe in what happened earlier, take a little bit of a rest. We'll be back very, very soon. Don't go too far. More Fatal Fury action coming right your way.
The storm, it's coming.
And we're back for the next match here. Of course, we're going to be starting in the loser side. Just to remind you of the of what happened so far. But yeah, we have Exos Denied and Big Boss and the Exos Boss team prepping to face up against AV team. And yeah, so two players that are based in Saudi Arabia versus another couple of players from. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, they're still from Morocco. Mashallah, there's a lot of like big representation from Morocco. And wow, as you said while we're in break, Exos Denied seems to have prepared Rick Stroud for this set.
You know, I'm very worried about this pick because I've been trying with this character and I don't have a high opinion of him. But first we have the Boss team. The second Moroccan Geese that we're getting on stream. Abdulkaf running Mr. Big. V3K running Geese. Last time we doubted a Geese that came up, Nas55 made us eat our words by guaranteeing his team qualification. So there is something in the Moroccan Geese school of resurrecting dead bosses into winning tournaments. There is something going on with that. They've got something going with that. On the other hand, with Big Boss and Exos Denied, Big Boss has been running Kenshiro, and I'm willing to almost bet that he's running Axel Ratio Kenshiro, which I think might be just about the most dangerous character in this FD1 format. because if he touches you the first time, you have zero things to say other than a wild reversal from stopping him, revving you up to about 50%. Now, we have to look at these predictions. Go ahead and give us your predictions earlier. You guys turned out to be right with Qanitaryu Shindojo winning their set, and they did qualify. Let's see if you can get it right again with XS Boss versus AVT. Abdukov and Vec against XS Boss. And the Rick again, because I don't think that there is necessarily a problem matchup-wise that Rick solves. But he does have this. He hits incredibly hard. I see that I have gone for AV Team, you've gone for XS Boss, Yusuf. So I think this is the first time that we've differed on the predictions here. I kind of went with the side of the Moroccan experience, but XS Denied is a player where you never necessarily know what he's going to do. I think he's a bit of the wild card, and Big Boss is one of the most dangerous online players that is. Oh, the crowd likes them too.
Again,
they saw the
second
team.
Time, yeah.
Oh,
to be honest, like I went with XS Boss team in my pick because of my familiarity with the players. In this case, Big Boss, one of the big players here in the region,
Right.
Has a lot of experience playing high level in multiple characters, and lately his Kenshiro has been very dangerous. And as you said, Axel ratio Kenshiro, once he gets that touch, you're already dead. But yeah, the black horse in this case for me is XS Denied. I'm used to watching him play Terry, and I've played against his Terry, but I've never seen him play Rick. And he's gonna be needing to, hit a lot of clean hits in order to score big damage. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and start with the first match here: Big Boss versus Abdu KLF. Abdu, a familiar name in the Moroccan scene. I haven't seen him play Fatal Fury, so this is my first time watching him play. But yeah, going with the Mr. Big pick here, I think is a nice pick against Kenshiro.
The SPG still on, by the way. So this, oh my god, here we go. The Kenshiro show starts. Is Abdukov going to be brave enough to do a reversal on this wake up while the debuff is on him? Because he cannot just defend. This is a whole bunch of rev he has to take. What a jump out of the cross up though. And Big Boss, whoa, that is it. That is it. See, even if he didn't die there, the debuff was on him, so he would have been stunned.
He nearly put himself in a tough situation there with the overheat, but yeah, nice recovery there from Big Boss again. Axel Rev, ooh, gets the Rev blow, puts the debuff on him. Nice recovery here with the wake up to level 1. Still in SPG.
Wow. Big Boss is throwing rev blows everywhere. He has 0 breaks right now. The DP, it has been a very active defense, and there catches him on the wake up. And this time though, he does not have SPG, so he's not going to be able to quite crank as much as he would like out of this. Keeps chasing, and again, Big Boss is playing with 0 breaks. Eats the super there, takes the command grab. I don't think Abdukov can kill from this though.
Abdukov goes for the grab, but what is happening here? I don't think Big Boss was ready to counter that. Although good decision on his behalf, still.
Oh my goodness, the whiff there. He could have whiff punished that, but he's so nervous right now, understandably, and chips him out. Abdukov does not go for a hyper defense or a rev guard, and he gets chipped out for the end of a very nervous game 1, but Big Boss comes out the other side, having won his team a game, and now he passes the baton to XS Denied. What a nervy first game, but Big Boss comes out of it. He played really high-octane decision-making. Like, I don't think he blocked on a single wake-up in that game.
No, Big Boss just goes for the hop in this case. I've always, I played him a lot, and his hops are scary on defense, and we've seen that several times in that set. Let's look at some highlights here. I love that feint. Of course, stand AC for Kenshiro, one of his really nice buttons, gives you a lot of time to verify and confirm if it got hit or blocked, and the stuff that you can do after is quite powerful. given the options that he has. And also there, I think Abdu didn't have Rev Guard on his mind, although unfortunately all he needed was just one hit of chip, and Big Boss made sure he got that.
Exactly. It was scary because in the first round, he'd gotten started with the Kenshiro show, right? He got the hit, he revved up about 30% on Abdukov, but then he went for the gimmicky cross-up. He's like, okay, it's first to one, nobody's going to be ready for that. Abdukov hopped over it and started looking a little nervous, but he managed to escape. So Big Boss, these kinds of scrambles and surviving them is something that he does on a regular basis. To be 100% honest, he is used to these kinds of situations and being able to escape them, and he managed to do it there. Now, Access Denied he was known for Terry, as you mentioned earlier, Abusive, so I would have to wonder if he's actually going to stick with Rick here, because going with Rick his defense is notoriously bad. All he has is the Wake Up Super, and as quick as it is, its range is non-existent. So I don't know what he has up his sleeve with that character. If he can show me something, maybe, and prove me wrong. But if that's what he's going for, he's going to have to do something pretty special, and he might just have it up his sleeve.
Yeah, and given that Geese also is... Oh, yeah, well, okay. I don't think we have to continue on that path, as he has switched to Terry for his set against Geese. And probably he feels more confident playing Terry against Geese in this case. But this is familiar grounds to him. And let's see if another Moroccan Geese player can disrupt this whole set so far.
Okay, opportunities for whiff punishes on both ends not really being taken. I think B3K is kind of taken aback just by how brazen Access Denied has been. What a DP break baked into the offense though, but he missed his crack shoot. He might have been watching that rev meter, being careful not to overheat himself. And there it is, another throw. Half of his damage in this round almost has been just throws. Nice air-to-air jump D, and another throw. He's like, if you're not going to do anything about these, I am just going to keep running this. I am pretty sure 50% of his damage literally was just off of those throws. Really well played by Access Denied to just recognize the situation and use it to his advantage.
Yeah, I didn't know Terry was a judo player today. He showed us some new skills, but yeah, so far, first sequence showcasing every single move Terry had. Nice check with the stand A. Ooh, again, back to some judo gameplay.
The reset from the records into the throw, and another throw. Has anybody got a counter? We have got to make sure how many of those were. Anti-air rev blow, smart by V3K. DP on Wake Up, and he just jabs afterwards despite being minus the guts on this man right now. Playing some real FD1 gameplay, and he wins it for his team, eliminating Team AV. What a set. Access Denied, I will give him this. He looked at the match that was given to him, and he played it to absolute perfection.
Yeah, man, with the throws, with the damage, he goes. I think also, opting for like the jab checks to power charge, keeping him, relatively safe, and upon scoring a knockdown, he can still loop that kind of strategy on and on, as we've seen so far in that set. And yeah, I mean, going with the Terry pick here, I think, is the smart decision. And probably, I think he didn't maybe have the confidence to play Rick against Geese at this stage. Maybe we'll see something else happen. Could be like a pocket pick against a certain matchup. I was looking forward, to be honest, to see if he had something new to show with Rick. But yeah, fortunately for them, they have managed to play their win their first game in the loser bracket, eliminating AV team from the tournament and going up to Bald Squad in the loser quarterfinal. Again, players very familiar with each other. Sai, Abu Umar, Big Boss, Access Denied. These are the midnight grinders over at our local community. These guys have played a ton with each other. But yeah, this is going to be quite an exciting match to happen really soon. On the other hand, we have Cryogenics versus Team Ash, another Moroccan team, of course, featuring Freezer, one of the most prominent Moroccan players and the North African players, considering their region. I think Freezer has a ton of experience in the game and in fighting games in general, given that he also, organizes tournaments. One of the big players, and of course, teaming up with AD and KOF. I think they travel a lot together internationally for tournaments. So, players representing, of course, we have AD and KOF playing Terry and Freezer with Mr. Karate. On the opposite side, we have Team Ash X playing Violence, playing Violence and White Ash. So you can see here the characters that they're prepping up. Freezer used to play a really solid Rock, I remember, but now he switched recently to Mr. Karate. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was Rock, Hokutomaru, and then Mr. Karate. That was the sequence that he of characters that he played. But right now, his belief is all into the House of Kyokugen-ryu, just as many top players globally have done. I mean, how many Heys can you Hey against this man in a 1-1? But on the other side, we have Violence with the surprise Krauser. After he'd been a Billy main for so long, but it seems he doesn't keep the faith in Billy after the most recent patch. With White Ash running a character that is going to be a surprise to many. In Chun-Li, he had started kind of playing with Hotaru when the game first came out, but he looked at Chun as soon as she was released, and he was like, there, that is the White Ash character. And we were going to want to hear your predictions on this, because I think this set is one that's really, really hard to call because of the variance in matchups, the variance in experience. Freezer and Adnankov, both very talented players. But also, the same can be said for their opponents. They're 4 players of very similar amounts of experience and fighting game backgrounds. And again, we've gone for opposite ends here. With I've gone for Team Ash X, you've gone for Cryogenics. What are you feeling on this?
So my pick was based on me being a Freezer fanboy. To be honest, I feel like Freezer has a lot of experience playing online tournaments, and given the nature of this tournament and the character he picks, I feel he has a good chance. Adnan KOF also being a strong player makes them a strong, solid team, given the characters that they pick. On the other hand, Waqas, White Ash, stuck with Chun-Li from the beginning, as you said earlier. I feel like this might be a double-edged sword, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong in maybe feeling like the character might not help him in this situation, but anything could happen. Violence, of course, being a very strong player from the region. I think based in Dubai, if I'm not mistaken.
That's where he's been the most. Yeah.
I expected him to play Billy, but now seeing Krauser, another solid pick, to be honest. I want them to show me what they're capable of, and knowing that these players are really strong, it's up to them to give us a good show now as we start with the first match. Ooh, nice.
That was rude.
The auto. Yeah. Nice explosive beginning here from Freezer, but now we're back to the mid-screen. Goes for the hey.
Nice indeed. You think that he has a DP for an anti-air? No, because that is probably a superior option in most cases, the one that guarantees him better returns and a better risk-reward ratio. He's knocked down, and you see Violence desperately trying to close a distance just because he knows that the Krauser offense can be suffocating. Oh, he hit the button too early. If he'd hit it just a bit later, it would have punished that DP. That could have been really, really huge turning point. Again, the jump C plus frames. Freezer not biting. Oh, the cross up, but he doesn't manage to continue the throw towards the corner. This is really dangerous.
Health lead, slight advantage to Freezer, which he quickly loses and goes for the just frame. Hey. Oh, Shokoken, what's the... Ooh, nice backdash here, expecting a throw.
Oh,
Violence.
Like he was in his face with the hey. Oh, what a conversion off the blitz ball.
Oh my God. Come on, man. He and Shokoken is one of the strongest, like, neutral skips. Both of these players now in overheat.
Yeah, I mean, Freezer was fine with that. Freezer had no issues to worry about. But the guard meter that got chipped from the Kaiser Wave. Freezer stayed frozen in front of that leg tomahawk, got his guard broken just for freezing up in front of that Kaiser wave. I thought he would take a more aggressive stance. Violence with a genius play, making use of Freezer's hesitation.
Yeah, now goes for the savor the pain, but nice break there just to make sure that he doesn't allow Freezer to hyper defense that third hit. Nice awareness here from Violence, changing the tide of battle. Look at the health lead.
Oh, he threw him out of the rev
Rwan
blow.
gonna get away from that?
Throws him out of the rev blow. Really great situation for Violence. No punish. Too slow with the Haoshokoken. Violence is potentially about to take Freezer out of the set, but he's overheated as Krauser. Oh, never mind. Oh, but he didn't get the close knee that he wanted. Still, the overheat is rapidly draining. Throws the Kaiser wave. Oh my goodness. Kaiser wave in 2 rounds. Coming to Violence's rescue, Freezer unable to deal with it, and Violence eliminates Freezer here. It is now all in the hands of Adnankov just to keep them in the tournament for Team Cryogenics. Violence clutching it.
Wow, as we say in our community, ibla. And we've seen it happen 2 times so far, and for Violence to capitalize on that full block from the Kaiser wave in that sequence we've seen earlier, that was genius awareness from Violence. And unfortunately, Freezer couldn't find the way to keep the momentum going, and Violence managing to recover in really key scenarios with the high dodge and the conversion into his quarter circle backward, the knee, in a very smart way. I think that set was, given Violence played so well, and Freezer not having enough time to adjust to Violence's strategy. So yeah, well done from both players. Violence in particular for scoring the first set.
I think also if my eye caught it correctly, because I think what happened right at the very end is that Freezer put up a hey because he was anticipating Violence doing a tomahawk, but Violence noticed and immediately just chucked that Kaiser wave, because once that happens, Karate is stuck. He can't do anything about it because projectile supers blow up the parry, and that's what makes the Terry matchup against Karate also manageable in that situation, because if Terry sees the stance, he just geysers it as long as he has meter. So Violence really made the Kaiser wave go to work, but now it's on Adnankov versus White Ash X. An immediate Hazanshu, not quite in range to get a good conversion off of it, but still, White Ash starting out with the pressure here, trying to maintain the momentum that Violence gave his team.
Let's see here now, going for Hazanshu. Nice challenge here with the dunk. Again,
Adnankov with very active defense.
Yep. Goes for the cross-up jump, but no button.
Wow,
nice conversion there from White Ash. Gets him in the corner. So it's gonna be neutral jump. Ooh, counter red blow. Amazing awareness there from White Ash, finishing off the first round.
And you notice the lack of slowdown. That is a minor thing that's happening in the current version of the game with Terry's rev blow, but White Ash's decision still on point. He still gets the result that he needed, and he wasn't put off by the lack of a slowdown. Well done to him, keeping his mental presence sharp. White Ash potentially about to eliminate Team Cryogenics from this tournament. He is going in with that Chun offense. Which way does Adnankov block? He got his dome cracked, but White Ash doesn't continue. He might have been afraid of the overheat there, Yargo.
Yeah, Adnan is in deep trouble right now with this huge health lead for White Ash, and I don't know about that decision there with the Power Geyser, but last touch here from White Ash, almost eliminating Cryogenics from the tournament in the loser bracket. Wow. I didn't expect that result, to be honest.
Wow.
Wow. To them. Amazing play. Yeah, amazing play.
You gotta hand it to them. See, the thing with both of them here, I think the high pressure situations from Violence and White Ash were really well handled, because they essentially manufactured the high pressure situations with how they played. They are both players who have a lot of tournament experience, right? Back in the days of KOF, they were both extremely strong tournaments in the region. So they were used to handling these kinds of situations. Not saying that the other players aren't, but I think the way they did it with such unorthodox characters got to Freezer and Adnankov a little bit. Whereas, you know, they weren't able to generate as much pressure on their own. White Ash, you saw the backdash earlier on out of the throw and the immediate punish, I think threw off Adnankov's rhythm completely. And then the Kaiser waves by violence. There was just so much to get into with how these guys did it. But let's look at the bracket and where that leaves them, because they get to go up against Team Sonic Rev Adventure next. Bald Squad will face XS Boss Team. So a bunch of a whole GCC hodgepodge there, but only one team in that whole collection of teams will make it to the losers final and guarantee a spot. So a lot of tension over there, Yusuf.
So on the winner's side, we have both Moroccan teams, still surviving, and the winners. But all, as you said, all the GCC players are on the loser side, and all of them being players that are familiar with each other. So it's going to be a Royal Rumble, basically eliminating each other, the bloodbath on the loser side. But up next, we have the Moroccan teams, Twin Wolves versus Kanitra Ryushin Dojo. So I hope I pronounced that right. But yeah, again, the Moroccan players are going to be super ready for this next set. But before we proceed to the next set, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with you shortly. So stay tuned.
Of the Wolves.
And we're back, and we're about to start the next match in the winners finals to determine who will go to the grand finals on the winner's side. So it's going to be an exciting match between Team Twin Wolves against Team Kanitra Ryushin Dojo. Both players, both sets of players are representing the North African region from Morocco. Twin Wolves, Wolfman and Nas 55 against Kanitra, Ramwan and Red Raven. Strike, Ahmed.
It is looking incredibly dangerous for these teams because of how much they might know each other. But the comforting factor that mitigates the danger is that they have both qualified to the next stage of the regional league. So they'll be looking to see how they can guarantee a higher amount of the prize pool as much as they can. But for them, at least now, this is going to be more of where, you know, a friendlier match, and we're going to want to hear you guys' predictions. You guys loved Tanetaryu Shindojo earlier, and you correctly predicted that they would win their set. Let's see if you guys still believe in them now, coming up against Twin Wolves, but it's going to be really tough. We got some nice variety. We've got Jene, we've got Geese, and of course the Hokus, so it's going to be pretty interesting. And it seems that, again, we've been getting on the opposite sides quite a bit. I'm looking more at the Twin Wolves, I think, because I really like what I saw from Nas55's Geese, and I think he's kind of the wild card of this match and the one that could end up deciding how it goes. That's kind of what I was looking at, the lower odds side of it. You went for the Red Raven Jene, as well, who was also very, very clutch in the match against the very powerful Bald Squad.
Yeah, to be honest, both teams have the same, like, for me, equivalent potential because of the way they have played so far in the tournament, and also because I think Red Raven has his eyes set and potentially might have good experience against the others. But you know, anything could happen at this stage. There's no friendships when money bags are involved, and yeah, both teams have their eyes set on the grand finals on the winner side, you know, increasing their chances. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a close call between both teams. And then, given the unique situation that we're in here, on the winner's side, players familiar with each other are going to be playing against each other. And on the loser's side, we have the equivalent situation. So the best of the best will be filtered for the later rounds. And this is where it's going to get super exciting, in my opinion.
Absolutely, and that's really, I think, also for a lot of the GCC boys, they're going to be looking at how close they might have been to winning their respective sets and feeling like more of them could have made it up into that top three. It's kind of just the nature of the competitive spirit. It's not any disrespect to your opponent. Yeah. It's just, you know, you want to get up into those spots because, I mean, that's why you're competing. You want to be the best. But now it's guaranteed that only one of them can make it, whereas the Moroccan teams really acquitted themselves well here, with guaranteeing 2 spots in the upcoming MENA regional group stage finals that is going to take place later on in about a couple months' time. So really mad respect to them, especially for the underrepresented characters that were the clutch factor for the sets that they won. Really, for both. It was Geese on one side, Jene on the other, that ended up guaranteeing the wins. And Red Raven is going up front this time against Wolfman's Hokutomaru. Wolfman again sticking with Axel Ratio SPG. Red Raven going with final.
Yep, and for obvious reasons here, as we continue to see the same decision making, carrying over to this advanced part of the tournament, and so far the game has been pretty close. Both players feeling up their strategy here, back to the mid-screen, and Red Raven trying to start something again with the trajectory change from Wolfman, putting Red Raven in the corner.
He had the possibility to continue when that EX landed, and he didn't do it. Wolfman letting a couple of opportunities go here, and he's out of SPG. The block, and that put Red Raven into SPG to get the damage boost that he probably will really appreciate. But he misses his rev blow. Oh, that could be big. Never mind. Meets him in the air. He's like, I don't need to think about where trajectory you're gonna take. I'm just gonna slap you out of the air. Red Raven takes the first round.
Yep, takes him back down on the ground. And now with the challenge here, with the level 1, trying to get him out of SPG as soon as possible. I don't know if that was misinput, or maybe he was trying to bait the rev blow.
He looked for something. He looked for something there. Oh, he got hit out
right
of the air
under the chin! Nice carry now, almost at the corner. That will surely get him there.
Oh,
Habibi, la temsik, don't grab. I got you with that hop. And Red Raven secures the first win.
Incredible. Incredible what he's doing with this character. The biggest thing I think that Red Raven has shown his expertise in is one of the biggest intangibles in fighting games. He reads wake-up situations like very few players I've ever seen. He is so good at that. You saw earlier, the thing is he dropped his combo here. He was about to try to take that SPG out in one go. You saw there, wake up super, get blocked.
Yeah.
It's so many different situations where it's almost like he just knows what is about to happen. It goes there. You saw that the read, he saw the double jump and then immediately snagged it. And then the read on the defensive throw to win the match. Really well done to Red Raven. Like he just showed against Abu Umar, he also did that really well. Blocked the wake up DP. He got hit by one reversal that didn't really matter. And Red Abu Umar's wake up backdashes, he's really showing that he's here for the big prize today. He wants to not just get the qualification, he wants the top spot.
Yep, and I think Wolfman played well, but couldn't adjust as fast as Red Raven was dictating the course of the match. So, bravo! That was very clean, and considering the points that you mentioned, punishing DPs, I think Red Raven's defense, while he's on offense, is very scary, and managed to knock Wolfman right down every time he tried to attempt something like changing trajectory of movement in this game. I still stand by characters that can change their trajectory during jumps in this game have an upper hand, but it seems like Red Raven was ready for that. And I'm excited to see the next match, which I believe should be what characters do we have coming up?
It should be Geese versus, I think Geese and Billy is the matchup that we should have.
Yeah, Geese and Billy, yes.
Ram 1 Billy versus Nas 55 Geese.
Nice representation for Geese here from the Moroccan players, and
you know what?
I feel like this character,
I have a question for all the other regions. Our region managed to defend itself from having a karate qualify. Can yours?
Yeah, that's that. I think there's like zero Mr. Karate now left in the tournament. Am I correct?
There are none left in the unless somebody has.
We have players. Yeah, we have players that have pockets for sure. But I don't think we'll be seeing those characters. We'll be seeing them pick karate at this stage of the tournament, given that their main characters have been doing well for them so far. But yeah, next match is going to be quite important because the outcome could take you straight to grand finals, increasing your chances of winning this whole thing from the winner's side. And exciting times.
Yeah, as it should be. This is what we want with these kinds of tournaments, with how tense this format is and with what is on the line. This is what we're looking for. Like the Regional League, when it was announced, a lot of people saw FT1 and everybody's eyes just went like this. Like, oh my God, what do you mean? But the excitement that we've had out of these tournaments has been incredible. Already just in this, and we've seen it with all the other regions. We saw Kojak Kira's Joe rip it up in the European qualifier. He played incredibly well. We saw the Griffin Legends with Kim Jae-hoon on their team as well. So this has been a great format for underrepresented characters, right? Exactly. Just absolutely. This is kind of what's been super exciting. Now, the group stages that are going to happen later on that they qualify for will go into a best 2 out of 3. So you need to win the Waseda exchange twice, not just once. So that might end up causing things to kind of normalize out, maybe. Or the character specialists will just show that they are that good. You never know. But just as the players set up here, online setup is just what it is sometimes. But here we go. Nightmare Geese is on the scene for Nas 55. Can he do it again against Ram 1's Billy Khan?
Let's see here. Nice start here from Nas. Putting him back on the ground. Takes a nice chunk of health away from Ram 1 in that first exchange. Now Ram 1 wants to play the spaced out poke game. Ooh, nice opportunity here from this confirm. To the corner. Tundra.
Oh, that's a big counter hit, but doesn't quite manage to convert.
Jump D's from Nas 55 has been an absolute menace in this tournament so far. him in the corner. Oh, nice challenge to the Rev blow with the counter.
My goodness, he told him you're predictable, but Ram1 predicts him right back with the hop over the throw, but he doesn't quite manage to convert. He's in overheat, so he didn't know what to do. And Nas55 with a crucial guard cancel for Doken Repuken stomps him out to put his team on set point.
That guard cancel was orchestral to taking that round. Let's see here. Nas again with the early combo, getting a nice chunk. Just to start with, both players opting for final SPG in this matchup. Nice.
Ooh, again.
Counter hit confirm.
He's been so good with those, confirming anti-airs into solid damage or good screen positioning. He's done so well with that, and it's essential as a Geese player. He's keeping his spacing. Yep. Oh, gets caught on the tail end of that Shipuken, but Ram1 still trying to press the offense, not allowing Nas55 to quickly get out of that corner.
Ram1 puts himself in nice positioning, but having trouble converting it into a momentum starting sequence. But as you've seen here, Nas55 with the solid play, solid confirms into the winning sequence here in the second set. Well played by Nas from Team Twin Wolves. And right now we have a tie in which now we have Nas versus Red Raven coming up next. Geese versus B Jenny. But let's look at some highlights from the past set. I think again, Yani, the problem with Ram1, he puts himself in nice situations like positioning wise. He gets the corner, he gets some nice offense going, putting him in a nice spot. But
that
Nas with his defense manages to consistently get himself out of tough spots and converting it into like a winning sequence.
We have a repeat of something that we saw earlier. It's Geese and Janae, again, that are carrying the load for these teams. Nas55 and Red Raven, the ones with the supposedly weak characters, right? Like, you ask most people who play this game, they'll tell you that they don't necessarily hold a very high opinion of either of these characters. And they're the ones that have been shouldering the load so far for their team since we started today. It has been them. I'm not sure if their teammates have been managed to get a win so far, and this isn't a slight against them, just paying Red Raven and Nas the respect that they deserve for what they have pulled in this tournament, because they're the ones that were able to secure the qualification in the top 8 clutch situation, and now one of them will be able to put his team into the grand final as we get into game 3 here.
Let's see now how both players will approach this matchup, given that this game is going to be extremely crucial, since one of them will be going on to the grand finals from the winner's side, and it seems like Red Raven managed to get himself an early lead. See what's the Oki going to be like. Nice block here from Nas.
Patience. Oh, he finds the hop over the throw. You don't get to grab me, and he might be able to reverse the corner positioning here. Took the damage. This isn't necessarily, it just takes it back to mid-screen, but he'll be fine with just getting all of that damage. Really good start here by Nas55 to regain the momentum he lost early on.
Very equal resources for both characters in terms of health and resources, but Nas now gets the lead in terms of health. Too far away for the conversion.
Oh, the Rev
blow time! Raging Storm! Last sequence. Nice block here from Nas. Red Raven trying to look for a way. Again with the air-to-air challenge from Nas.
You always want to have that on deck, having that able to be there in case your opponent is getting a little too frisky, jumping at you. 2 jumpies, and again, he is stopping that so well, and he chases, but he's a little bit too far. Geese too slow. Again, waking up out of your grave can make you a little slow sometimes, but still, not almost gets the punish on the counter attempt. Whoa.
This time, he manages to get it, and back to the mid-screen.
Red Raven really gutsy. That counter can be deadly on the Jenny player if the opponent manages to get the wild punish on it, but he doesn't think that Nas can get it. That's kind of the message he's sending right now.
Ooh, nice shimmy there from Red Raven, but Nas not falling for that. Here, back to the mid-screen. Players both kind of feeling each other out, and
ooh, the punish, nothing big, nothing
nice
big.
Confirm. Ooh, crouch C into max conversion there with the Raging Storm. Puts him in the corner. Nice challenge there with the Wake Up Red Blow.
I thought he was going to go into the counter off of that like he did earlier against Ram 1, but it wasn't quite there for him. Still, Nas with a decent life lead, and the right hit could finish it potentially, but that's going to be difficult to get if Red Raven plays his cards right. Ooh, that was huge.
That was close. Okay, just a raw DP there from Red Raven. This time, no counter hit.
Gets over there,
nice jump in!
Has to spend. There it is. Red Raven manages to tie up the score. That was a 55-second round that we did not even feel took that long, but it was so tense.
Incredible play from both players as we proceed to the last game, last round. Nas going for the kill there, but Red Raven recovers with the Invincible Super, puts him in the corner, goes for the grab. Are we going to see another Judo round? No! Raging Storm! Nice challenge there for the overhead. Repositioning to the corner. Command grab! First of its kind in this tournament. We haven't seen it from Geese so far, and this could potentially be the last sequence.
Now it's 55. He has Red Raven against the ropes, potentially about to take his team into the grand finals here. Gets counter hit by the guard cancel Red Blow, but no conversion by Red Raven. The tension here. What can he continue with? Can he actually finish it? There's still one more. Has to pick him up, and he does. Tosses him out of that winner's final. Takes his team to the grand final. Nas 55, undefeated on stream so far with the Nightmare Geese. Manages to get his team into the winner's side of the grand finals. And again, with Nightmare Geese, a character the world forgot about, but he is here, putting him back on the map.
Yeah, don't forget me is exactly what Geese has in mind throughout this entire tournament so far, with the Moroccan players representing that character so far. So good. On their path to the grand finals. Congratulations to Team Twin Wolves for an amazing run so far, and of course doubling their chances on the winner's side, sitting on the grand finals throne. On the other hand, we have a stacked loser bracket with all the Middle East players, fighting for their lives, as we prepare for the next match between Bald Squad and Exus Boss Team. Sai and Abu Umar facing up against Exus Denied and Big Boss. I think this match is going to be explosive. And we have Sonic Rev Adventure, who we haven't seen play since the first set of the tournament, teaming up to play against Team Ash X. So crazy matches ahead, and what do you think? How do you expect our friends in the Middle East region are gonna fare?
The more you look at it, because these guys, I mean, we're all literally in one WhatsApp group, right, for when people want to play games. So the way they're going to be looking at that, like they will have some preconceived notion of what they expect their results are going to be. So they'll be really disappointed if they don't live up to that. So that is something for them to think about and for everybody to kind of begin to expect as we go into the next phase. But we'll give you guys a chance to kind of digest that incredible Geese gameplay that you saw from Nas earlier as we get ready for heading into the Shark Tank of the losers bracket. Don't go too far, just a short break. We'll be right back.
Let's begin. Don't underestimate me.
Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
The bloodbath continues as we continue in the loser quarterfinal, the Middle Eastern madbaha, as we like to say, the massacre that is about to take place in the loser side. Of course, starting off with Bolt Squad, Abu Umar and Sai, with their characters being set as Donghuan and Wolfgang Krauser. On the other side, we have XS Boss team. XS Denied played an amazing Terry earlier, and Big Boss with a solid Kenshiro. What do you think is going to happen here?
Oh my goodness. See, the thing is, Muhammad kind of has a vice grip on GCC room results and tournaments, and he's kind of been the player for the region, right? We want to hear from you guys what you think is going to happen. You might surprise us with your predictions again, and you might end up being right, as the last time the Bolt Squad played. But XS Boss team, I think, is one of the most FT1 ready teams out there. Like, you could... I mean, it's kind of the reality with how they play and the characters that they use, right? They're both willing to make risky decisions. You and I have both gone with the Bolt Squad, and while we figure out what the crowd has gone for. But you know, we're kind of looking at their international pedigree and their tournament experience, but can that matter if Kenshiro has knocked you down with a red blow in a 1-1?
I mean, it depends if you didn't let you know, some certain Donghuan you know, rush you down. I mean,
that's the problem, right?
Yeah, that's the problem, exactly. But you know, the reason why I picked Bolt Squad in this case is just purely based off of our midnight scrambles. Knowing each player's individual characteristics and on how they play and the strategies that they use against each other, I feel like, I mean, anything could happen. You know, the results we've seen so far from the format of this tournament has been quite eye-opening. And given the results that we've seen so far and what I expect from these players to show, I feel like Bolt Squad might have a slight overhand, but I don't know. Honestly, it could go either way.
It's very difficult to call, really. I mean, you look at Bolt Squad, you see Burumov, somebody who's literally beaten the likes of Xiaohai, right? So he's been up there against the very best in the world. But in this
different
tournament
circumstances,
format, yeah, exactly. The circumstances are the big difference, because in a 1-1, you could play somebody you're much worse, who's ostensibly much worse than you are in a 1-10 and win 10-1. But you lost that one game. That one game might be the one you're about to play. So you never know.
Exactly.
Heading into this into the arena. So Umar will have to be thinking about that, and he'll have to be thinking about what he might class as a bit of a disappointing loss that he took in the winner's side against Red Raven. But Red Raven really ran that match very, very well. So it will depend. Now, Umar is going first this time with Donghuan against Big Boss's Kenshiro. And we're going to see, this is really could be a first hit wins match. What a backdash to get away from the red blow, though.
Yeah, and it seems like, again, both players scrambling to start something. You know, I sense some kind of reluctance, but it seems like Umar managed to clip him off the air and start some momentum building. Nice block here.
Oh, there it is. High dodge into the combo, and you saw from Umar, he's able to convert from so many situations. You saw it with the hop C, you saw it with the high dodge, But now, Big Boss has a chance to maybe start running that Kenshiro offense. But he'll know Barumar has a pocket Kenshiro himself, so he's very familiar with a lot of what this character can do. And goes into the overhead, Raimezan. That's gonna do it. First round goes to Barumar.
Yeah, the familiarity here, it's not just like character-to-character basis, it's also both players being super familiar with each other, given that they are grinding day and night against each other. Let's see the results here. Umar getting an early, slight lead, still keeping him, keeping Big Boss in SPG. Manages to get out of the corner pressure.
Oh, got him
for the cross-up! That blow?
Yeah, he needed it. He needed
time
it.
to recover. Oh, too early! Abu Umar was a little bit higher than needed.
Oh, that is big. The SPG is gone, but at least he's revved down a fair amount since the snafu with his hidden gear. But that moment is a big turning point for Omar now, with offense without an SPG to worry about. Roll out into the DP. Big Boss again with hyperactive defense. Omar is almost an overheat. This is really dangerous now, but he almost has a meter. This might not be as bad as it looks. He has the meter now, but Omar might still be able to finish. There it is. Tap, tap into the ignition gear. But Omar special anytime he's in a tough situation, he always manages to find that, and he takes out Big Boss, potentially out of the tournament, but that's still another game to at least decide how far this can go between Sai and Access Denied.
It's amazing how he managed to collect himself in the last sequence there, especially that he was in overheat, and Big Boss trying his best not to overdo spending resources, because he was also almost at overheat, and yeah, managing to get that tap as you said, Ahmed, beautifully, scoring him the first win for his team. And now it's up to Access Denied to pick up the slack there and try to improve their situation against Sai, in the upcoming match in this set. Sai determined to keep the team alive, especially with the volatility of the format and their position right now in the loser brackets. Anyone who loses their match, their set in this stage is going to be eliminated from the tournament, unfortunately. So yeah, we won't be able to see that much of each player. So it's very crucial for them to play their best game. And I feel like in this circumstance, Sai might go for the Krauser pick. I don't think he is gonna stick with Ken in this particular situation, because Access Denied is definitely gonna go Terry.
Yeah, I don't like. Oh, he's going for Ken.
I'm
I was about to say, I'm not a fan of this.
Apparently, I don't know Ali well enough for him to make these decisions, but okay. It could be, again, it comes down to also player knowledge. But yeah,
that
nice start here from Sai.
He might be looking to think that Access Denied might have more experience against the Krauser, so he wants to surprise him with the Ken. Went for the empty jump, got clipped before he could keep continuing. Wakes up with the jab, tries to reset into the overhead, potentially into the ignition gear. Both of them are out of SPG now. Access Denied, safe jump maybe? No, decides to just keep going with a straight offense. Jump over into the throw. Access Denied has done at least 10 throws on stream so far. Still going with that game plan.
Scores an 11th to close out that round, but again, Sai's decision to go with Ken, I feel, is... Let's see. He manages to get like an early, huge momentum run for huge momentum gain for him, but it seems like the situation in the second round is in his favor, as he still manages to. Okay, I'm sorry, but the whatever's happening on screen is happening too fast, like this wild punch stance here from Access Denied, carrying him to the corner, manages to roll out, goes for the Shifuji right
Access Denied. The whiff by Access Denied, completely killing him there. He whiffed that close D completely, and Sai completely cashing it out into the Shippujinrai. Sai now with the set point for his team to advance further in the bracket. You want to eliminate uncertainty as much as you can, and Sai will want that. Late with the DP break, managed to get away from the throw, but Sai, okay, he's looking a little bit off kilter here. Momentum not quite with him, but there's the hit he's looking for. Rev low, what's the mix?
Nice. He wasn't ready for that red blow or red blow on the wake up, but still gets a nice lead with the wild punish. Habibi, stop right there. Goes for the Shoryurapa last sequence potentially, and that is it. Oh no! What a drop! That's not the time for Ali to drop any key attempts here to secure victory.
Overheat for access denied though.
Overheat.
And he knew it. He was stuck.
Sure
he was stuck.
That.
He was stuck. The thing is, Sai was close enough to overheat that he would not have been able to go for a full guard crush. So it might have been okay for access denied to kind of just invite the pressure and see if Sai was going to chip him out or not. But he panicked a bit. And the thing is, like, the first round, now I'm gonna say I didn't necessarily agree with the character pick, because I think in the mid-range of Terry fights Ken pretty well, especially because of the commitment levels on Ken's dash. But I think Sai played it at the right range, sticking to the range of his forward heavy punch as much as possible, and kind of really just smashing that fist into Access Denied's face as many times as was needed to kind of not allow him to do dash up throws, dash up close Cs, because Terry is tied for the second fastest run speed in the game, right? So Terry's will want to get in and utilize that, but Sai staying clutch, Bald Squad advances, and now potentially one set win away from getting that qualification spot as they wait for Sonic Rev Adventure versus Team Ash X.
Yeah, this is going to be now the second scramble in the loser bracket. Of course, looking at the results here, Bald Squad manages to find themselves qualified in the loser semifinal. Sonic Rev Adventure and Team Ash, this is their potentially could be their last stop in the tournament. Team Ash playing so well previously against Freezer's team, and I think, I don't know, I feel like they have, you know, their character picks being unconventional might help them in the next match, but then again you have the volatility, like the way the format is handled in this tournament. It could match certain play styles, like for example you have Okami's style of play being unpredictable with his rock, and anything could happen. So let's look at the teams that are about to play. We have Sonic Rev Adventure featuring Okami and Black Ace against Team Ash X featuring Violence and White Ash. It seems like they're going to be sticking with their character picks. I don't think Violence will be playing Billy, sticking with Krauser, and White Ash with his Chun-Li.
I think that's going to be how it's going to go. I don't see any character changes for any of these four, honestly. Okami is dabbled in some other characters. When it comes down to it, Rock has been the one for him. Black Ace has been a Hoku player ever since he dropped Kain into the transition, when Kain got a lot of pretty key nerfs, especially later on with the way the character is right now. But thing is, Hoku is a character that people don't believe in as much nowadays, partially because of the... his air neutral is still effective, but what do you guys think? Sonic Rev Adventure versus Team Ash X. These are two teams with a high variance in terms of experience, especially because, as I mentioned with Okami, this is his first competitive fighting game ever. And I have gone with his youthful exuberance potentially being the clinching factor here against Team Ash X, even though I think it's a really, really close call.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Team Ash X, given like Chun-Li again with the 100% vote for Team Ash X here, I feel like Chun-Li could be the outlier in this set. I'm not sure if Okami has played Ash a lot recently, at least when Ash really improved his Chun-Li. So yeah, let's see with what'll happen as we start the first game in this set. Black Ace against Violence. Big start here for Black Ace, but almost putting him in overheat at such an early phase in the match.
He's just believing. He's believing in just going in because Krauser arguably has the worst defense in the entire game in terms of options, especially with how bad Gigantic Cyclone is. But Black Ace still continuing the pressure, not allowing Violence a chance to breathe, just playing at a really fast pace. But Violence is out of the corner now. This could be really bad because Hoku is not... Oh, he can continue. No, not quite high enough.
Ooh, nice high dodge attack into conversion. I don't think it'll be enough to kill. Given yep, as I expected. Close enough, yeah. Manages to put him out of the corner.
And the backdash shuriken again by Black Ace. He's been using that so much because it will stop a leg tomahawk and it will go through a normal blitz ball. So I really like that option from him at that height because it's going to be hard for Violence to deal with it as he tries to chase down this little ninja kid.
Again, the idea that you have to see who plays first and second is going to be part of the strategy here as... Oh, nice play here from Black Ace. This is something you can't do against Hokutomaru. And showing that he was ready for the Kaiser Wave charge.
And what
Last
an optimization
sequence potentially.
Afterwards. Black Ace potentially about to take down Violence. Wake up throw on the missed shuriken. Well, gets caught by the overhead and into the Kaiser Wave, but no more meter to try to set up another one for overheat. Would have been enough in that situation.
What a response! Nice! Rev blow counter from Black Ace, sealing the deal and taking the first game in the set. So they advance 1-0. Sonic Rev Adventure winning their first game. Let's take a look at some highlights from that last match, Ahmed.
The pace. That's the key for me.
Exactly.
You see that, like, that decision is made so fast in the moment. He looks at Violence that he's not going to immediately release. Once he confirmed that, he knew what he needed to do. So that was a situation where Violence did take the matchup into account. I love that he reacted just in time there. Black Ace, a player I've had a lot of run-ins with him across multiple fighting games over the years, and among the people I played, he has some of the best game sense of a lot of people I've seen across this entire genre. His decision-making is just top-notch, and the way he breaks games down is very, very methodical. Despite how chaotic his play can look, there is a method to the madness. He knows what he's doing, and it's down to Okami now to try to clinch that second game and just prevent this from extending any further and calling on Black Ace one more time. But he's got White Ash.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's absolutely. It's amazing how this team comprises of players from two different kind of schools. One of which is implanted in Ing's Dash, basically jump dash games, in which it requires for the player to have really quick wits and decision making, as we've seen so far from Black Ace. On the other hand, we have players like Okami. Again, his first competitive fighting game, showing so much potential, and we'll see him now if he's ready to play against White Ash, one of the veterans of the fighting game scene here in the Middle East. Two different schools again. Competing at such a high level and high stakes, given now that White Ash is trying to find a way in, and with the nice jump in here from Okami, taking a big chunk of damage and a huge health lead.
Very nice far D confirm into the Shining Knuckle, and these guys have history. They played in tournament before, splitting wins, but Okami now, he just keeps putting in those jabs. He's like, you're gonna do anything that's delayed. You want to get a big comeback. I am not going to allow it. And Okami now putting his team on set point just like that. The far D was right there. Ooh, he managed to convert. White Ash was moving forward despite the nerfs to both the Shippuden and the recovery afterwards. But Okami not quite getting into the range he wanted. Still, he's playing very, very solid, not taking any unnecessary risks for the most part.
Nice challenge there with the rising tackle from Okami against White Ash. Azanshu is a tool that can get easily shut down from Rising Tackle, and we see now a huge health lead. Nice block from Okami, run in D. Not going for the max damage.
Smart because he doesn't want to put himself near overheat in the following sequence, and he knew he wasn't going to kill anyway. I like that from him. And then the jab into the hard edge. Just one more situation. White Ash hops out of the throw. This could be the beginning of a comeback.
Still
Escape.
almost at SPG.
Wow, he ran out of that cross-up kick, but the crouching heavy punch waiting for him. White Ash, he has to hit in gear. Absolutely has to do it, and I think that is just enough. Yes, absolutely. White Ash barely clutches out that round, but Okami, I don't think his decisions were wrong in the combos, but since he wasn't going to kill anyway, but White Ash just managed to be more clutch by fighting his way out of the corner. Crucial round coming up.
Get ready. Fight.
It's all or nothing here. Okami with the unfortunate drop there. I'm not sure why he didn't confirm that.
He just dropped it. He got the hit, and he got the hit and just visually kept going, but he was a little bit too slow.
Yep. Let's see here. Okami trying to find his momentum. Bringing a slight health lead. White Ash almost at SPG, and he's in SPG right now.
The Red Blow, Red Blow has mad range, absolutely huge range. Okami trying to find his opportunity here. Gets caught by the Hazanshu. Neutral jump heavy punches and putting in a lot of work for Okami, preventing White Ash from getting in easily with Hazanshus. Jump in, he was looking for a Kikoken there. It never came, and White Ash wasn't ready with the anti-air. Tense moments here. Yargooba can't handle this.
Oh my god, White Ash trying to... Look at the fishing! Look at the fishing he does from both players! Air-to-air challenge!
Overhead.
Goes for it, overhead! Okami in trouble, putting himself at the corner! Both almost burnt out! Here we go, overheat for White Ash! Stand D special into Shine Knuckle! That is one of Okami's go-to tools. Nice reaction there from Okami, sealing the deal and advancing to the loser quarterfinals, or loser finals, I beg your pardon. So hard luck for team Ash X for being disqualified, reaching thus far. I mean, amazing gameplay from both players, to be honest. Violence and White Ash has played so well. But unfortunately for them, Sonic Rev Adventure were both ready for Bolt Squad up next. I think these guys have been so far the most consistent players in the loser side, and congratulations to Sonic Rev Adventure for advancing to the loser finals.
Yes, shout outs to them. See, that was a callback almost to the first time that they played in tournament, where in a very similar situation, White Ash was really close to winning, but Okami just kept clawing his way back out of so many improbable situations and managed to get the victory. And that is the danger with Okami. He never gives up. He never knows when to surrender, for better or worse. And in that time, it ended up being for the better that he managed to get the win. He has to go now help his team go up against the Bald Squad. This is... The thing is, for Okami, he looks up to Aburama. He looks up to him like an idol. He's the guy who essentially helped him learn the game. But on the flip side, that also means that Aburama fully understands everything about Okami. So you don't know if it's going to be them that's going to be the deciding factor or the wild cards on the other side of the teams. There's so much that could happen either way, and we'll be right back with that very, very soon. Don't go too far. Losers semifinal action coming right up.
We're back. We're back to continue witnessing some amazing matches as we get closer to closing this tournament. Yeah, man, loser semifinals. Loser finals now between Bolt Squad featuring Abu Umar and Sai against Sonic Web Adventure, Okami and Black Ace. This is the loser semifinals, just to be sure. Yes. Ahmed, these guys are extremely knowledgeable of how they play against each other, given that they are training partners overall. What do you think is gonna happen?
I have no idea. I'm gonna need help from the watching crowd right now because I have no clue. The thing is, again, Abu Umar is kind of this dominating factor when you think about any set that he's involved in, right? But
yeah,
it isn't guaranteed like we saw earlier when he lost to Red Raven. It's a first to one. You never know when that one loss is going to happen. We've both gone with the Ball Squad. You might be a little biased, but it's going to be like, you know, sorry about that. But, you know, it's going to be because the thing is, Okami on the mental side, I worry about if he faces Abu Umar because he holds Abu Umar in such high regard, and overcoming the person who taught you the game, and I've seen this from so many people, is one of the biggest mental blocks you can have, even if that player might not necessarily have the same level of results you do. And in this case, Abu Umar has a higher level of results overall than Okami does on the international stage. So there's a lot going against Team Sonic Rev Adventure right now. But it's first to one. Okami and Black Ace both showed that they have what it takes. And I see the crowd are going with the Bald Squad. And I can see it. I mean, it's not just about Abu Umar. Sai, when he's on song, is an extremely dangerous player, made it really far in the last chance qualifier of the Esports World Cup. So he's got a lot to show as well. And he's going to want to do that. He's been believing in the Ken so far, but it's Krauser time!
Finally!
He's going with
Finally goes for the leg tomahawk! The Sai special starts with a huge health lead. Look at that, Ahmed. Look at that.
That is such a good start for him, but he gets caught by the Kuhad on the break into there, really taking him off guard. And now, this is where Krauser struggles. On defense, a character with very, very poor options. Oh, tap, Kaiser wave, but he doesn't have another one to try to set up anything more. Command grab gets stuffed. Oh my goodness, Sai went for the big call and lost.
I was gonna say that we've seen that matchup earlier, but this is a different kind of Krauser. This is a different kind of player that Black Ace needs to 100% lock himself in to fight against, because Sai has taken that Krauser internationally. And I'm sure he's played against a lot of Hawk Tomorrow players, a lot of high-level players, and Black Ace needs to be prepared for that. And as we see here, converting, spending all those expensive resources just to get that corner pressure.
Oh, but gets caught by the Krausers. Will always mash that jab because he gets a 2-light sequence into a heavy. Gigantic Cyclones does so much damage. Black Ace almost out of SPG. Now he is potentially Black Ace on his last legs here. Another throw. Blitzball. Yep, that's
nice
the bait.
Block here to level 1, closing the set. Sai takes the first game for Bolt Squad in a very, very, very confident way.
Dominant. Dominant is definitely the right word, I believe, for what he just did. He just summoned the whole blood of the von Stroheim bloodline there, and just to show Black Ace what an aggressive Krauser looks like.
Yeah, he just blew him up right at the beginning, like taking that huge health lead, conversions for days. I think Sai picking Krauser in this matchup shows that he is ready for the Hawk Tomorrow match. Opposite to what we've seen earlier when he played against Violence, showing dominance there in the corner, but not against Sai's Krauser in this case.
Yeah, Violence is a more conservative player by nature. He's known for playing King in most KOF games, and known for playing kind of a cautious, neutral-heavy style. And that can work with Krauser as well. But Sai kind of looks at Hokutomaru like, okay, he has bad defense, I have bad defense. What happens if I smash him out of the air first? And both rounds began with a leg tomahawk to a conversion. Shoutouts to Sai. Now, Bu'umar versus Okami. So the matchup that I was concerned for Okami if he had to fight is the exact one that he has to worry about now. The character matchup is very likely not to be very different from what you'd expect. Dong Hwan versus Rock. Can Okami overcome his mental barrier here, or is Bu'umar's international experience and his level of achievement going to be too much? And we have to remember, this is a qualification match now. Bu'umar wins, Bald Squad make it into the next round of the regional league. Okami wins, he gives his team a chance.
Yep, and let's begin here. The first round, big buttons from the beginning of the round here. It's like Abu Umar and Sai have this plan to start in a very explosive way and then slowly chew out the rest of their bones. But let's see here, again with the pressure, look at that!
That was not a straight frame trap. He just delayed a close C off of the Fate, and Okami got caught trying to jab. Okami in deep trouble, but he does manage to reverse the corner position. Shifuken. Oh, there it is. Slightly
nice
minus. Can't quite continue. There's the high dodge. What a conversion by Abu Umar. And Abu Umar now, qualification point on the line in this round. Can Okami save his team, or is it done?
Get ready. Fight SPG.
Okami goes in with the run. Nice conversion there from the double Shipuken. Double Repuken, bigger pardon.
Oh, the whiff D not getting punished there.
Nice air to air. Ooh, goes for the cross up, didn't hit, but manages to get the stand B.
Well now, Okami, look at what he's doing in this round. Really strong start, 60% life lead. But against Umar, that could be, that could evaporate very quickly, but still catch off the Shipuken again. Okami looking very, very solid. Really good stuff. There's the pressure, plus frames, keeps going. And there's the jump C, putting in more work for him still. But Umar not able to find the hit that he's looking for. Tries to run up. Okami with the throw. One more will be enough. Oh, wait, Umar's betting on it.
Here we go. Nice block to the cross up there from Okami. But Umar starting his onslaught in the corner. Manages to change his trajectory to get that B.
Oh my goodness. Okami might not recover mentally if he loses this round. This might haunt him for a long time if it happens. Umar is on the comeback trail. Gets the tap into the ignition. One more hit will do it. The throw attempt. Shipuken there. Umar just blocking it. Gets over. Tense moments for Okami. He's still in. And there's the throw, but Umar doesn't punish it.
There we go. This could be the guard break. Not enough. Oh! Raging Storm manages to close that round for a tie. Okami still alive.
The error by Abu Umar, he got the high dodge, but not into a DP. He went into a stomp. I think he thought that he got the hit on the ground. Okami challenging. Oh my goodness, Okami. That might have given him the mental boost that he needed. He's still going. Abu Umar tried to go for the cross-up, anticipating Okami not moving, but Okami has been mobile. He has not been frozen up by this pressure.
Umar just running in, trying to secure some kind of frame. Nice blocking from Okami. Medical guard break, the king of guard breaks.
And he does it, and that was big because it comes to Umar his SPG.
Look at the health lead. Okami getting a huge health lead here could help him. Umar starting his offensive, getting him to the corner. Nice dodge attack here.
Spend it, Okami and SPG, so Umar might not be able to kill with the next sequence. Went for a bit of the target come, Umar with a delay into jump B, but doesn't continue despite the hit. Umar is almost an overheat, but he gets the tap into the ignition gear. One more sequence. We were here last time. Umar, oh, the red blow! The Okami special into the hidden gear, into the power geyser is going to lock it in for him to take it into another game. Okami with the clutch in the big moment manages to defeat his master and takes us into a game 3.
Wow, wow, wow. I did not expect for that round to end this way, and Okami manages to secure the most important win of their run in this tournament so far. And now we're going to have to see what he'll do against Sai. Again, player familiarity between Sai and Okami is there as a factor. And I'm sure that Sai will have to be ready for Okami's playstyle.
There.
You know,
oh my god. That had to be. The thing is, Umar could have been canceling into the multi-kicks, and that would have potentially snagged that rev blow. But Umar went into the most obvious option to be able to continue the pressure, which is the overhead that I maze on. And because Okami knows that, he thought if I get a guard cancel red blow here, I will be able to stop that option. He bet it on that being the one. He was right, got the hidden gear, converted very, very calmly, and now he'll be fighting for the qualification of his team against, let's remember, 2 players of Team Falcons. He just beat one of the best players in the world for this opportunity. He's not going to want to let this go.
So I think in the WhatsApp group he'll be saying that he managed to beat Shanghai since he beat Umar. So
transitive property.
I'm sure that this will be a point of contention this evening. But in any case, the next match between Sai and Okami is going to be a very crucial one. This is where I don't know what Sai will do. Will he play Ken or Krauser? Because I know that he's played Okami against, he's used both characters against him. Okami has exposure against both characters, so Sai's character pick here is going to be very crucial.
Yeah, I'm feeling ridiculously nervous right now. I can't imagine how they're feeling as we go into the decider. This will determine the last qualifying team. Sai with the anti-air grab. First chance now for him to establish this pressure, but Okami has shown he's able to come back from anything. This boy does not know when to give up. Don't look at that life lead. Look at what happens when one life bar is extinguished. High dodge into the throw. What next here, Yargub? What else does Sai have up his sleeves?
Let's see if he'll need to pull out any crazy moves there. Nice tech against the Kaiser wave. For a second, I lost my train of thought.
It's a match that can do that. There is just so much on the line. Sai now with the throw that, depending on the next sequence, could put himself on qualification point. Okami with the absolutely gutsy DP. Tap into Shining Knuckle. Misses the cross up though, and Sai will not let this one go. 2C and Bald Squad are again a qualification point, but Okami clawed it back last time. Can he do it again?
Sai playing confidently so far, although Okami tried to create some favorable situations for himself, but again, we might get a repeat of that first round here. Sai taking a huge health lead. Just right out of the bat. Oh, nice read with the leg tomahawk, converting it now to a Kaiser wave. This could be the last opportunity here for Okami to turn this into something.
Well, he's got the sequence right, but he got hit with a throw on Wake Up. Lost his momentum, escapes off of that overhead. Could have wild punished it. Plus frames for Sai. What is he going to go for here? Then we're back at the other side of the screen. Oh, gets underneath and tap! Kaiser wave! The Bald Squad are going to the group stages of the following stage of the Fatal Fury Regional League. Shoutouts to Sai clutching it out, going back to the Krauser and getting the win for the Bald Squad.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Congratulations to Bald Squad for qualifying. And I loved how in the last moment he managed to crouch just right under that cross-up attempt and going for the crouch BA into Kaiser Wave, securing their spots at qualification and of course getting in the loser final against Kenitra Ryu Shin Dojo. We're gonna see a Middle East versus North African match soon, and yeah, this is gonna be crazy. I expected Bald Squad to win, but not with the results that were provided during the set that we've seen so far. Amazing play from that match flow. Amazing play from Team Sonic Red Adventure. And as we take a look at their path here to the top 8 loser final, Bolt Squad winning 2-1 against their opponent and securing their spot at both the global playoffs and their position here at the loser final against Kenitra Ryu Shin Dojo. Wow, man! What a ride!
I'm literally feeling dizzy after, especially like ever since Umar versus Okami. I literally started feeling myself get a little lightheaded because of just how incredibly tense that finish was. and just how incredibly both of them played. Shoutouts to Okami. He wasn't able to pull it out towards the end against Sai, but he played so well. And I'll tell him, at least if he's watching this somehow, pick your head up, be proud, because you played incredibly well. I know he'll be disappointed that this opportunity came and went, that he wasn't able to get to the next stage, but there are still opportunities coming, and we're actually going to be talking about that. I don't want to spoil it right away, but we'll be talking about more of what's coming for a lot of these players, for chances for them to be able to go into other potentially big tournaments and big opportunities in this game. So pick your head up, be proud. Same to Black Ace, but the Ball Squad are the ones that guarantee the spot, and they will go up against, as you mentioned, Yusuf, Tanito Ryu, Shin Dojo, Ram 1, and Red Raven. Red Raven has really done so much today, and Bromar will not have potentially been banking on this run back being possible, but it is happening now. He is going to want to pick up the pace from the matches he's played so far, because he's already been defeated twice on stream up until this point, so he'll want to show more of himself, of the dominant international player that he is. It'll be in the back of his mind potentially, might be affecting him as they go into this next set, but with the qualification pressure off. So let's hear from you guys. Are Tanito Ryu Shin Dojo going to repeat the trick, or will Bald Squad get the successful run back against them?
Yeah, if anything, man, it shows you that giants can bleed. And I believe Red Raven and his teammate are gonna be looking for that blood from Team Bold Squad. But yeah, I mean, coming after that win against Sonic Rev Adventure, I believe that they are absolutely locked in and ready for this run back against that team. So we expected Bold Squad to win here in our vote. Any particular reasons why you feel that they have a better chance now?
I think that Omar's going to have a fire lit under him from everything that's happened so far. And I think the crowd are seeing it now. He's going with the Kevin Ryan?
I had a feeling he was going to do that. And look at that cross-up dash under there. One of Kevin's important tools.
Oh, he just kept going with the rotor there.
He
a little too excited.
With the rotor, yeah. And you know, Kevin allows you to be that excited, and he plays rather well with against Jenny. She needs to be very careful which buttons to press, as Abu Amar now goes forward. Nice challenge there with the wake up rev low. Again, you need to keep that thing in mind all the time.
Well, it's gonna be where can Red Raven just suffocate Umar's. The Kevin defense is not good. The character is very lacking there. Oh, gets escape, and that backdash is going to give Umar the chance. You know that combo's gonna be more than enough. Umar with the surprise pick. This is the matchup that he lost last time. Going with Kevin now, banking on getting that first hit and running that momentum all the way to the bank. Gets in now. Oh, come on, she tells him. As he gets that counter, the high dodge though. Which way are you gonna block?
Wait a second, where are you gonna block? Nice backdash there from the mix-up attempt, but now one of the most important buffs that he's gotten this season is how he could do that exact chain. Crouch B to stand B to bingo, but now Red Raven has the corner and has a momentum shift potentially being cooked here at the corner. Solid defense so far, nice block.
He needs one chance. Oh,
again, fishing
another
for that opportunity.
Will overheat. That might catch.
No, not quite. Nice recovery there. I didn't expect him to recover that fast.
Oh my goodness, the cross-up catching him there. But Umar will be a bit miffed because there were a couple of chances for him, but Red Raven also dropped the opportunity. But the thing for Umar is that it leaves him 2 meters short now, and immediately Red Raven is not respecting this offense. And I understand that because Umar has not been hitting the brakes.
Yep, and you don't need breaks when you have characters like Kevin with early SPG and still hanging on to that SPG. Nice.
The defense by Red Raven, though. Oh, the Farsi, but he can't really do much off of that. And there, again, so many of those DP counters by Red Raven because Abu Umar has not been holding back in the offense at all. He just wants the opportunity. There's the 2A. Abu Umar is still looking for another chance here to run the offense.
Umar fishing for the super. Nice block there by Abu Umar. Nice conversion even after that. Still no decision
Chases
to use his level 1.
So he's gonna wait for it. He wants the
I don't-
BB bingo.
I
You
don't-
know he's waiting for
Yeah,
it.
he wants that for sure. But again, you have to be careful with last position SPG there from Red Raven, making sure he doesn't miss the opportunity here at taking down Abu Umar in their first set of this match. Not sure exactly what was in Abu Umar's mind with that level 1. But Red Raven made sure to capitalize on that error on his behalf.
You know, if I ask him, the most likely answer that I'll hear from him will be Ana Buffet. Like, he might be exhausted from how much action
Shut
there's
down,
been
yeah.
today. that might have been because that reversal was not catching anything that Red Raven was doing. Red Raven kept his focus. He might have been anticipating like maybe a break and landing in front from the big heel kick or something, but either way, Red Raven kept his cool. Honestly, he defended against the Kevin offense really, really well. A lot of really good decisions. But Umar never felt like he maintained momentum all that much with the Kevin. So it's an experiment that he was allowed and afforded by having secured the qualification, but it's one that he has to see if it's viable on the international stage. And this was a chance for him to really test it out. It didn't work out this time, but now it's all on Sai to try to get the Bald Squad into the grand finals, or if Ram 1 will manage to secure the run back against Twin Wolves for his team. So we'll find out here. Sai has gone, he's been looking honestly better with the Krauser, to be 100% honest. And I think that is the more likely choice, but you never know. He'll look at the Billy matchup and decide what he thinks is more suitable.
I think previously he played against Red Raven, so he went for the Ken pick at the time. But
Right.
yeah, now he's going to be playing against Ram 1, and yeah, he's going to be. I believe he'll stick with Krauser in this case. But yeah, I mean, there are some decisions from Abu Umar, like for example, one of the good tools against B Jenny was avoid mine, but let's keep that conversation for another time as we proceed on to the next match. And went with Ken. Again, his trust in this character so far in this tournament has exceeded my expectations, to be honest, because lately, I mean, at least before Season 3, he dropped Ken almost entirely. But with this season, he seemed to like the changes enough to use him in tournaments.
Yeah, and it's working out very nicely for him this first round. Again, when he gets the first hit, just keeps running that offense. And the biggest thing he was doing right is finding opportunities to jump over stray normals from Ram 1. Ram 1, I think he'll want to just reevaluate his performance in this tournament a bit because he's been playing a little bit off the pace, getting pressured pretty heavily. He'll want to show something here potentially. Now that the pressure of qualification's off, he might want to show something more for himself here.
But let's see, maybe this is the beginning of rising tide for Rem 1 as he starts to equalize or normalize the advantage here. Nice hit with the high dodge attack. Sai is looking for that opportunity to start attacking. Didn't go for a DP there. Yeah, very patient.
Oh, what a high dodge.
No way.
Man. Ooh, he tried to feint it.
Can get the... Yeah. This is his opportunity now to turn this into some kind of offense, but Rem 1 locks him in and manages to secure the round.
I think that was maybe like the last 2 recovery frames of that Hadouken, because that looked like Ken would have been able to recover and DP, and I was waiting for it. It never happened. Sai now fighting for his team's survival in this tournament.
A very crucial moment here for Team Bald Squad as Rem 1 manages to slowly pick up the pace here, gets Sai almost out of Axel Rev. Yep, and that's no more SPG for Sai.
This is really rough for him. He has not done that very well in rounds where he's lost the SPG early. There's the chance where he has... Okay, I love that he reworked the route so that he doesn't spend too much rep there. I was worried that he would go for the side switch there, and that would have left him really close to overheat. Gets snagged by the far C though. Gets over the cross up. Okay, big trade. He let the super go?
He let the super go, maybe expecting that the EX Hadouken might hit, but Sai on the verge of calling it right now. That's where Ram 1 manages to secure the win for Team Kanatra. Well done to the team, and unfortunately for Bolt Squad, this is the end of their run here at this tournament, winning 2-0 against Bolt Squad. And let's look at some key highlights from this last set, Ahmed. I feel like Ram 1 started the set a little bit conservative, but as soon as he managed to pick up the pace with some like nice counter hits, dodge attacks, he managed to slowly build up his momentum.
It was really the control of the mid-range, I feel, for Ram 1, like as you kind of alluded to, but the control of that range is where Billy essentially lives and dies, right? It's where the character has done well from day one in this game. And once he found his place with that, he was able to control the momentum. And I really have to respect what Kanitra Ryushin Dojo have done, because they've defeated Bolt Squad twice in this tournament. And they've done it really well, looked really strong doing it. Particularly Red Raven, really. I think he's been one of the most impressive players in this entire tournament, with a character that I can't think of anyone really other than like Alex Smith in the US who's really representing. So shout outs to him really sticking it out with that character, despite she's even gotten a couple of nerfs, including a big one being that her close C used to be the only 5 frame of its type in the game, and it's gone. It's been normalized down to 6 frames, just like most of everyone else. They'll have to see what they'll be able to do against Twin Wolves, Wolfman and Nas55. And that'll be something for us to think about when we come back for the grand finals. But we've got a whole lot coming up still, not just the grand finals. So I'll let you guys kind of think about what that might be and get excited about it. We'll be back very, very shortly. See you soon.
Let's begin.
You're an angel, baby!
Ready to begin?
And become a god!
All right, and this is the last stretch of the tournament. We're back here and ready for the ultimate climax here at the grand finals for this crazy, crazy tournament between Team Wolves and Team Kanatra Ryushin Dojo, both representing the North African region and the Moroccan FGC. But before we proceed to the grand finals, we have an SWC announcement lined up for you. SNK Corporation is pleased to announce the overview of the SNK World Championship 2026, the global tournament that will determine the world's best players of SNK fighting games, where a total of $4.2 million total prize pool is up for grabs. Imagine the amount of money that is prepped up for this event. SNK World Championship 2026 is a global esports tournament featuring 5 flagship SNK fighting titles: Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, The King of Fighters 15, Samurai Showdown, Art of Fighting 3, and The King of Fighters 98. The fact that Art of Fighting 3 is in that lineup for a second year in a row blows my mind. It's insane. And it'll take place on November the 27th to the 29th at DreamHack Stockholm. That is where the grand finals will take place. So, as we look at the schedule for the tournaments that are going to be taking place, of course, the online qualifiers are now open for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, with 9 slots on the line for 9 regions. If you haven't signed up already, please go on ahead to snkesports.com and sign up. These are the dates in which the tournaments will take place. So if you are eligible, please go on ahead and sign up.
It's a very rare opportunity for everyone, but the opportunities keep on coming. Nice, France, October 9th through the 11th is EVO France, one of the most highly regarded events on the whole tour of EVO events worldwide. And Fatal Fury City of the Wolves there is a legend tier event, which means a qualification slot to the SNK World Championship. Registration is still open up until September 14th, so you will want to get in if you're able to make this tournament. Everybody who's gone tells you that it is an absolute banger of an event. Shoutouts to Damascus and the brothers out there in Nice doing their best for the fighting game community. But that is not all that is related to EVO France, because there is more happening in regards to SNK, and that is the participant giveaway. If you're playing in Fatal Fury, you get one of these amazing t-shirt designs: Mr. Big, Krauser, Duck, the best shirt, and Mr. Karate, and one mystery design for one of, I would assume, one of the 2 mystery characters that are still yet to be announced for this season. I know that I am shivering with anticipation as to who that could be. But Yusuf, there's also some cash incentive for joining Fatal Fury at EVO France.
That's right. Not only that, there is a pot bonus for EVO France, as the prize payout for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves tournament at EVO France will be extended to the top 48 players in the tournament. So just place at the top 48 and you're gonna get some kind of money. That is amazing.
It is very incredible, and that is on top of the prize pool already allocated to the tournament itself. And on top of that, all the absolute carrying that EVO France is doing right now. KOF 15 and Samurai Showdown are Master 3 tier events, which means some very valuable qualification points for those events at the SWC. If you're trying to qualify for the SWC, this might be one of your later chances to try to secure some points and get on that leaderboard. And also remember, your points equal cash, as you might have glimpsed on the previous slide. Your points eventually equal cash no matter what. So you will want to get as many of them as you can. And it just does not stop with how much is happening with the SNK World Championship and how many opportunities are available for players, both in terms of prestige and finances, to be 100% honest. Shout out to EVO France, really, again, an event that has really put its place on the world map and done a great job in being one of the premier events worldwide. But we still have more for you where that came from, because it is not just about France that we have announcements, but also the surprise announcement that took many people by surprise for the Middle East, North Africa region. SNK and Gadia Gaming are combining for a qualification spot to the SWC. 4 online qualification tournaments starting from September 2nd, which is very soon, in just a few days. all the way through to September 5th. And then you get 2 players, the top 2, whoever makes grand finals in all of those events, get to an offline finals. So an 8-person tournament with 1 lucky player getting that final SNK World Championship qualification spot available from this circuit. So there are just so many opportunities that SNK are offering through Fatal Fury City of the Wolves and other games. It is an unbelievable time to be involved with these games right now. So this is a big chance for everyone involved with Fatal Fury.
Yep, so we remind you that registrations are open. Make sure to sign up for the Qiddiya Cross SNK tournament. And we're gonna be revving up now for the grand finals between Twin Wolves and Qinatra, Ryu Shindojo, Wolfman, NAS 55, Ram 1, Red Raven. Players who have played out of their minds so far in this tournament. And of course, given the circumstances that put us in this Waseda format, I feel like the results are going to be quite surprising even at this stage of the tournament. So, yep, place your votes in the chat so that we can tally up and see who you feel is gonna win this tournament. Will it be Twin Wolves or Qinatra Ryushin Dojo? Of course, a huge shout out to the Moroccan and North African communities making it up to the grand finals so far. It must be a huge feeling of accomplishment that your boys have managed to secure this spot so far. I voted for Qinatra and you voted for Twin Wolves. Can you tell me what makes you feel that way?
It's mostly really NAS 55. I'll be 100% honest. I think his geese has really looked like it's on a completely different level. And I think that because of that, I'm feeling a momentum surge for him. The other side of it is that they're in the winner's side, which means that they only need to win the set once. They were going into game 1 already. Wolfman with his Hoku against Ram 1's Billy. And this is a matchup I remember that Hoku mains were not too happy about dealing with back in Season 1. But these characters have both changed a lot in the meantime. Wolfman gets the first offensive opportunity here against Ram 1, who was finally managed to get his first win, defeating Sai in the previous set here in Losers Final. He has Wolfman under pressure now. Let's see what he can do. There's the Hop C. Big opportunity for him to carry on some pressure here. Wolfman with the back throw into the corner. Gets the Hop D, carrying on the momentum here. Wolfman, excellent pressure. Almost. Oh, the red blow knocks him right out of the air. That is huge. Ram 1 continuing here, and there is the opportunity. No, never mind. Wolfman manages to fight his way out of the corner. Then Ram 1 not going into any further cancels. He's overheated himself, though. Catches him out of the air. Jump D. Ram 1 is surviving by the skin of his teeth here in the middle of this overheat situation. Oh, gets the gap with the ignition gear. Got right back by the wake-up ignition from Wolfman.
Round 2.
And what a start there by Wolfman. Really chaotic from both players, but Wolfman just comes out ahead by winning that first round against Ram 1. Ram 1 gets the defensive. Crouch lights, though, into the ignition gear himself. Tried to go for what looked like a fake cross-up mix-up, but decided to just land and keep it safe. Goes for the close A. Big jump there by Wolfman. Great read. And now this is really where Wolfman has been able to push his advantage as much as he can. There's the jumping shuriken. He doesn't go for the shuriken feint. That is very dangerous for Hokus to do nowadays, since he can only come down with further shurikens. And there it is. Manages to secure the close C. Wolfman doesn't even need the super to finish here. He manages to win that first game for his team. Twin Wolves potentially 1 game away from guaranteeing victory here in this tournament.
Wow, what a first set there, securing their wins. Twin Wolves now 1 match away for, winning this whole tournament. Let's take a look at some highlights here from the match. A Ahmed,
Yeah,
do you feel
it was pretty
their odds?
aggressive.
Yeah. How do you feel about their odds so far?
Well, I mean, I think that Wolfman really looked at it because Rev 1 had issues kind of keeping up pace with faster matches. And I think that Wolfman kind of looked at that and said, you know what, my opportunity is just to kind of activate my inner Black Ace and just go. Just go right in his face and just never stop. And I think that ended up being the right plan because Ram 1 was completely shook by that. He overheated himself at a point where I don't think he needed to. He almost won that round, but still, Wolfman was just a couple steps ahead. And now it's going to come down to the two tournament MVPs, honestly. Red Raven and Nas 55.
Absolutely, and I think it's up to Nas 55 now to carry on with the pressure that Wolfman has set so far, both mentally and in-game, as we proceed now to what could be the last game or the last set of this tournament. Nas 55 on the player one side with the Geese Howard pick again. With the representation of Geese so far in this tournament, it has been quite exciting to watch. But Red Raven, again, no slouch, probably knows this matchup very well. Back to the mid-screen.
It's very unorthodox matchup. These are not two characters you see typically, let alone against each other. But Nas 55 will be feeling the opportunity here to just end the tournament in his team's favor, since Wolfman was able to clutch up in the first game. Nas 55 now going to go for some pressure. Red Raven flips the situation after that just block. Red Raven with a pretty good rev meter advantage, so he'll be able to put some more pressure on Nas that way.
Let's see here now with the Wake Up Raging Storm. Red Raven was absolutely ready for that. Keeping that pressure going at the corner. Nice jump there from Nas 55, getting himself out. Not enough meter for any checks, but manages to secure the first round and tournament point.
Here it is now. It's waiting for Nas. It's right there for him if he manages to secure it after a really strong start in that first round.
Red Raven needs to really change up his game plan to make sure he still keeps his team alive. But Nas, with the pressure, slows down the pace. Red Raven trying to get in with a jump, but couldn't confirm that stand C.
Pain for Red Raven. That was a big opportunity. Jenny, definitely a big damage character. Raging Storm blocked again. 0% success rate in this grand final so far. And Red Raven keeps it simple so that it can have Rev to spend on the pressure sequence here if need be.
Again, we could see a review of that last situation. Again with the walk-in block. You can never wake up super against Red Raven. I think message has been received in this particular aspect. Nas
just raw Rev Blow catching it?
Rev Blow, yeah. He wants to keep it in the corner as much as possible. This could be the last sequence. With that
overheat.
Rev Blow puts himself in the overheat. Last sequence here. Red Raven goes for the overhead. Blocked nicely. Super! Just in time, managing to secure that round, keeping his team alive. Red Raven getting the equalizer there. It's now or never.
Get ready.
Well, it built up just in time for him, just in the right moment to rescue him. Nas 55 now. Oh, gets the jump seat, but doesn't quite manage to convert. But Nas 55 is able to get the first sequence here. He's keeping that super meter for offensive purposes. He has not gotten much out of it on even. Ooh, the double whiff!
Whoa,
that was really scary.
That interaction just now manages to get the counter out of the corner. Both, look at the rev meter on both sides.
Oh, they're both revving up, but the immediate tap ignition gear by Red Raven puts him in a really nice situation. Now conversion off the close B, and the wild punish anti-air gives him an opportunity to keep going. Wake up jab, but nothing more from Nas 55. Potentially about to lose here. Block on their side. Nas is overheated.
Nice, Nas just wants to get an opportunity to use the hidden gear super, and this could be it.
I don't know, maybe just barely. The Rashomon, not quite enough.
Let's see here, Red Raven needs to find that clean hit! Oh, back to neutral! Oh, air-to-air challenge by Nas, securing him the win and the tournament for Team Wolves! Mabruk! Congratulations to one of the most performant teams at this tournament thus far.
You have to give
Amazing.
it to them. Absolutely. Qanitra Ryushin Dojo had fought so well throughout the tournament. Red Raven had been the the bogey player for so many opponents, but Nas55 with the Nightmare Geese, a character really forgotten by this game's competitive scene, manages to clutch it out. Started out strong in the round. The life lead he built, paying off dividends. Again, that jump B was his shield last time he played against Red Raven, and it comes to his rescue again. Your champions, Twin Wolves, the top of the 3 teams that have qualified to the group stage of the Fatal Fury Regional League, representing the Middle East, North Africa region. Shoutouts to them and respect. And frankly, Nas55 has really put himself on so many people's map today with that Nightmare Geese.
Definitely. Nas played out of his mind with his teammate in Team Wolves. As we see, their path is pretty much a straight line from the beginning of this tournament, opening the tournament and ending it as champions. And it seems like we have an interview lined up with the winners.
Yeah, we'll have that shortly, just as they get prepared. But as we get that prepared, I really want to look back at this, because Nightmare Geese is a character that, let's say, people have kind of left aside, primarily for his lacking defense, and also because his offense isn't necessarily what you would count on in a clutch situation. But Nas55, for the most part, got a lot of his wins by playing really careful mid-range, like the range between the edge of his crouch C towards the edge of his hop range was where he really made a lot of his progress and got a lot of his damage. He did that incredibly well, and just kind of not necessarily converting from either of those, but just representing both of those threats in the neutral really switched up a lot of how his opponents tried to fight against him. And a couple of times the crouch C got hopped on, but he was willing to accept that risk, and really respect to him for being this clutch.
But then also you have Nas with his air-to-air challenges, and also his hop Ds, man. His hop Ds so far in this tournament have had no answers whatsoever against them, and manages to really get some good damage out of them when given the opportunity. And I think, again, the combination of both Wolfman's Hokutomaru explosive gameplay and Nas's more calculated Geese play shows to prove that the North African region have really strong players. I was surprised to see Cryogenics' team not reaching as far as I hoped they would, given Freezer, of course, helming that team. Didn't perform the way that I expected him to perform, but the remainder of the Moroccan players managed to really show what the Moroccan FGC is capable of. Unfortunately for the Middle Eastern players, with the exception of managing to secure a spot at the playoffs, we haven't seen them compete to the extent that we wished that they would be able to show, given the format of the tournament being so dangerous and so explosive. But kudos, I think Okami versus Abu Omar's match is probably my favorite match of the tournament, given how much they made me shout, and the outcome of what happened was just absolute cinema. Shout outs to all the Middle Eastern region players that have kept grinding so far for as long as I remember since this game got released, and never stopping. So let us have a quick interview with the winners here and see what they have to say.
Hello, I'm very pleased to meet you.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Nas?
Assalamu alaikum.
Nice to
I'm
meet
doing
you.
good, thank you. How about you? Nice to meet you too.
I'm good, thanks.
Oh my god.
First of all, congratulations on securing the win.
Thank you a lot. It means a lot to me.
I'm glad to hear that.
I am very
you know,
excited.
you know what I'd like to ask you. I think the question on a lot of people's minds is this: you went in with a character that basically almost no one plays nowadays, right? Nightmare Geese. What makes you believe in that character and what you were able to do with him today?
Honestly, I picked up Geese because I was like absent on making him work. I really wanted to make him work because I really like the character and the design. So I picked him up. I started practicing him. I went on to Ranked, and I was like going through his cheats, and I saw that he had a lot of interesting things. So I tried them out, and it came out very fun. So it made me want to play him more and practice him more, and I ended up performing very well with him.
Yep, it's very respectable when a character pick comes out of passion, and that allows you to perform at the best level. Given, of course, the circumstance in which the tournament was FT1, and I feel like character familiarity, or in some cases unfamiliarity, could play a huge role in the results, dictating the results. I feel like your Geese was on point at the time, and you managed to secure some really nice rounds with your jump Ds in particular. I'm a huge fan of those.
Yeah.
Going on from here, how do you feel you're ready for performing in the playoffs? Do you feel like the change in format could affect the way you play? Do you have any characters that are ready for certain situations or certain matchups?
Yeah, of course. I saw that Geese, I feel like he struggles a lot with the characters who have fast fireballs like Hotaru, or some strong EX fireballs like Rocks. And I feel like I would definitely need a second pick to counter those, because I rely a lot on my neutral, and I try not to overextend too much. So yeah, I feel like in FT1 too, the fact that people are not very familiar with his high-low mix-up with his EX makes him stronger on FT1s too. So I think overall I'll try to see where he lacks and add on another character like Rock. I used to play him anyway, and see how it goes.
Excellent. That's really great to hear. Now, you're here. You have represented the Moroccan community today. Dima Maghreb, shout outs to you guys really for an amazing performance all day. We'd like to hear from you some last thoughts, like towards your, about this tournament, about your local community, anything that you would like to say to your fans, anything that you would like to shout out as we finish up here.
I think I'm very thankful to the community. They helped me a lot improve at the game, and I had a lot of supports from my friends and from the community, and I feel like I couldn't have won this tournament without the help, especially from my my friend Wolfman.
Mad respect to you and to Wolfman. You have qualified to the next stage. You have done yourself proud, my brother. Best of luck to you and the rest of the qualified teams when that time comes. And hopefully we'll be able to see you do better and better as you advance on the world stage. Thank you so much for your time, my friend. Thank you. Salam alaikum.
Thank you a lot. Thank you for the interview. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right. So this wraps up the tournament for today. Honestly, unexpected results, which makes it more exciting, to be honest.
Right.
And congratulations to Team Twin Wolves for taking this. And with that, I'd like to thank you, Ahmed, for holding the mic here with me and commentating this awesome tournament. Thank you for all the viewers who have been watching so far, and we hope to see you, inshallah, next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you soon.